in his first in Indianapolis. Colors on the return. Derek Colors to the 44-yard line. Here's the Patriots offense. In each of the last 4 years, Drew Bledsoe has thrown for at least 3,500 yards. He's been voted to 3 Pro Bowls. Edwards gets the start at running back. Glenn, after an injury-riddled 97, trying to return to his record-breaking rookie form. The line known for its pass-blocking skills. Armstrong at left tackle, already a member of New England's all-time team. Great field position for the Pats. Edwards hit at the line of scrimmage. There's a marker down. Johnny Greer, our referee tonight. For the Colts on defense, a maligned front four. Only Footman made a splash last year with the team leading in career-high 10.5 sacks. The linebacking core gets a boost with the return of Jeff Herrod, a complete pro, and the leading tackler in Colts history. The secondary received a major upgrade with the acquisition of Burris and Poole at the corners. Blackman and Belser have always been solid. Rusty Tillman, the defensive coordinator. Edwards wrapped up after he took one step. Herrod right in the middle.
Mike, on the first play from the game, New England was penalized because the tight end was covered. Indianapolis decides to refuse that. They don't want to give Drew Bledsoe too many downs, so they wind up with second down. They try again and get good penetration on the defensive line, which is going to be key for Indianapolis tonight.
And one of the other things, too, Mike, is that the Patriots really are not settled on who's going to be their running back in the running game. They've run 2 plays. They've lost 2 yards.
Cedric Shaw started a week ago. Edwards goes tonight after playing well last week. Flag is down. Bledsoe throws complete. That will be a first down at the 43-yard line. We will check the marker. Glenn made the catch in front of Jeff Burris. And it's coming back.
Illegals, hands to the face. Number 68, offense. Still third down.
Max Lane, the left guard, and not a crisp start for the New England offense.
All right, Max Lane is the left guard, number 68. And remember, you can get your hands on the shoulder pads, but there you see his hands to the face. They catch it right off the bat.
I think the thing you got to understand, too, is they're doing those things real quick. You got to get your security blanket for Drew Bledsoe. Ben Coates, who's got a bad ankle, stuck on the sidelines tonight.
Troy Brown is in on 3rd and a mile. 4-man rush. Bledsoe with time. Jefferson stumbles, and a flag goes down. Tyrone Poole was with him, and it looked like they got their feet tangled.
Joe, I think Tyrone Poole might have gotten away with this, and he kept his hands down because their feet got tangled. But he had his hands up, and that's what they're looking at now. They're saying that, you know, maybe he didn't push off.
Jefferson goes down. Now, Poole's really running. His feet gets caught. I don't think this is a penalty. I really don't.
There is no infraction on the play. We have the feet entangled, incidental contact.
That's a nice piece of officiating there.
That's a nice job of helping one another.
Exactly.
One official makes the call. Somebody else has a better view. This is a good call. Now watch. No hands, no contact. Watch the feet. Right there. He trips him. He goes down. There's really no contact. Excellent job by a team of officials.
Tom Tupo, who currently leads the NFL with an average of 51 yards a kick, will punt to Aaron Bailey. Bailey at the 13. A seam up the middle, gets it all the way back to the 30, a return of 17 after a punt of 54. Here's the Colts offense with Peyton Manning starting the second game of his career. The opener had mixed reviews, 300 yards and a score, but 3 picks. They'll need another 1,000-yard season from Falk for balance, and when they throw, Harrison will be the prime target. The offensive line, a major problem a year ago, has been reworked. Jay Lewinberg, the only one back in the same spot from 97. Marshall Falk, gaping hole up the middle, and Falk for 13 yards to the 43.
Brought down by number 32, Willie Clark. Number 36, Lawyer Moore.
You know, you look at this offensive line, Lewinberg and Mandich, and they go to the right-hand side. Marshall Falk just sees this hole. Watch this thing open up. 79 is Mandich. Look at this. They just seal off. Perfect call.
And Marshall Falk can hit a hole. Falk again off the left side. Lowers the shoulder, got nearly to midfield. The Pats defense is solid. The front wall should be better with a healthy Willie McGinnis. He only had 2 sacks all of last year. The linebackers terrific with Slade and Collins on the outside, the big hitting Ted Johnson in the middle. The only question in the secondary is Chris Canty. The second-year man will see a lot of action as teams try to avoid Ty Law. Willie McGinnis trying to make an impact on this New England defense. 2nd and 3, and they'll blow the play dead.
That was Marcus Pollard, number 81, as the tight end that moved too soon.
Prior to the snap, ball start, 81, offense. Still second down.
Pollard, one of 2 tight ends starting for Jim Mora. Willie McGinnis really had to go through a tough week because he made some mistakes in the opener that cost his club dearly. A couple of offsides and a roughing the passer penalty. And he's taken a lot of heat from the press up here in New England. 2nd and 8 after the penalty. Falk. Burrows ahead to the 48. One thing they're trying to do, Marshall Falk's a terrific back, so why not give it to him? The other, they're trying to protect Peyton Manning.
Well, the way you do it, Mike, is if you can pick up positive yards on 1st and 10, you get yourself into what's called makeable distances, 2nd down and 7, 3rd and 6s. It's easy for Peyton to get back and get rid of the football if he only has to try and pick up 6, 7 yards.
Now he's facing a 3rd and 5 now. Pollard is out there as a wide receiver, big number 81. Manning under pressure and throws too high. Intended for Pollard. The closest man to it was Lawyer Malloy, who made the dive.
And that time they line up with Kent Dilger, the other tight end, in the backfield. What they're going to do is they're going to go 2 tight ends and they're going to go 2 wide receivers and 1 back.
They're really short on running backs as Gardocki prepares to punt. Zach Crockett is out. Lamont Warren is also out. Really, they only have 4 backs on the roster. And that's Troy Brown, who waits inside his own 10. Nice high punt. Brown lets it go, and it kicks into the end zone. Punt of 52, no return. And New England will start at the 20. When we come back to Foxborough, first quarter, 0-0.
Every man has a mountain to climb.
What part of Russia is he from, anyway?
Krebs, what are you doing shooting?
Krebs, you're here to rebound. Just stay out of the way.
Krebs! Yo, coach, you gotta get this Krebs guy out of here.
Krebs. K-R-E-B-S.
I know how to spell. I'm from here. Man, you are terrible, terrible.
You want to get somewhere, then work it, then work it.
What mountain did you climb today? What beer was there at the top?
Buy your beer.
Okay, I have Coors Light. That's C-O-O-R-S.
Coors Light. Frost brewed. Rocky Mountain cold.
Falling in love again. Never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game. Play it how I may. I was made that way. I can't help it.
What's my prize? Simple. To create a sports magazine readers love.
Big Mac 62? Is this the greatest moment of sports history? You tell me. And look out for Oscar De La Hoya and the 1-2 punch that knocks the ladies off their feet. Print it, baby!
Scoreless tie early first quarter. Patriots ball at their own 20-yard line after an exchange of punt, and learning on the job, Peyton Manning, the #1 pick in this year's NFL draft. Bledsoe wants to throw. Incomplete. Jefferson couldn't hold it, but there's a flag this time. Tyrone Poole. This time, there was no incidental contact.
Now, this time, Jefferson goes out, runs a 12-yard hook, and Poole just closes on him way too quick.
Pass interference. 38, defense. First down.
Jefferson, you know, he is open. Number 84, watch the move he makes back into the inside and pull him. He's got his arms all over him. That was holding, pass interference, or anything else they wanted to call.
Poole is in there in place of Carlton Gray, who was demoted and then cut. Edwards, little stutter step and then pounds out to the 35. Elijah Alexander made the tackle. Excuse me, Joe.
New England continues to try and find some type of a running game. With Curtis Martin moved on to the Jets, they have to find a back to take some kind of pressure off of Drew Bledsoe. Not only take pressure off the passing game, but want to be able to run the football to protect leads. That's something people overlook in a running game.
Shaw, who started a week ago and gives way to the rookie from Georgia in week 2. Edwards on the toss. Has to cut it back and got 4 yards out of it.
That time the Patriots went with double tight end. They have Rutledge, number 83, as a blocker on this side. Toss. And still, you know, they're really, when you talk to the Patriots about everything else is there. Everything else is in place. Coates will be back. He's got a sprained ankle, but he'll be back. But their running game, Joe, and it's amazing. They had a running game, and now they don't have one.
And Edwards really a little bit of a mystery. Played only 3 quarters in the preseason because of a groin injury. 3rd and short, and Jeff Herrod was right there to drill him. What a tremendous acquisition to get Herrod back in a Colts uniform.
But the running game starts, Joe, with the offensive line, and so far they have not blocked anyone.
Jeff Herrod, number 54, is right in the middle. You're going to see him as the back moves, he moves, they meet in the air, and I believe they're going to be short. Keys the back, right behind the fullback, makes the play.
You know, just take a look at the blocking at the line of scrimmage. They are not knocking anybody down. When you see all these white shirts standing up in the hole, there's no place to go. They're short.
Hey, got one right.
That one was easy.
It's a good
decision. The crowd
decision.
wants them to go for it in the first quarter from their own 39.
Yeah, this was a no-brainer for Pete Carroll.
Yes, it was.
It was easy to make the decision, but a great play by Jeff Herrod.
Aaron Bailey will drop back to his 15-yard line.
If I were another team, I'd always be worried about Tufa because he's a quarterback and the guy back there punting.
Another beauty. Flag is down on the play. So is Bailey at the 18. And another flag. A hit after the play.
Tyrone Poole, number 38, is the first guy for the Colts that throws the runner for the outside runner down on the ground. So he gets called first. Look on the outside. When you're by the guy, you can see his name. Don't touch him. There's the first infraction.
Dante Scarnicchia, the special teams coach of the Patriots, watching his guys get pushed around. But then again, on the other side, when Kevin Spencer's over there, he's watching his guys do the pushing, and that's not very good. See, when you have officials have this long a conversation, it's more than one penalty. That turns into more than a meeting. That's like a weekend at Bernie's over there. They're having that kind of discussion.
Group function.
That's what it is. You're right.
We have 2 fouls on the play. Illegal blocking back. During the kick, the receiving team. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 74 of the kicking team. By rule, the receiving team keeps the ball after enforcement of their foul.
So it's the Colts' ball, still 0-0.
You don't get in this kind of shape running on a treadmill. You do it with strength exercise, and I do it with a Bowflex. You know, if you're not working out with strength training right now, you need to. Because if you want to lose weight, you got to add the muscle, and that's why you need a Bowflex machine. It's like nothing else you've ever tried before. We've got over 60 exercises you can do on a Bowflex. You're never going to get bored. You can do a full workout in 20 minutes on a Bowflex machine. You're not going to believe how effective Bowflex is the first time you get on it. Bowflex may look a little different, but that's because we designed it to function correctly. Bowflex uses power rod resistance. Bowflex power rods are so effective that Bowflex guarantees results in 6 weeks or your money back. Try going to the gym and getting a guarantee on results. You won't find it. If you call and get our free videotape, you're going to see an effective workout and see how easy and quick and fun working out with Bowflex is. Got a name on the shoulder, man.
When you have a rookie quarterback, the things you want to try and do is disguise the defense and make him think he sees different things. On our ESPN free play, you'll see Peyton Manning is not quite under the center. As he stands there and looks at the defense, he sees the 2 safeties a little bit deeper than the corners, and he thinks, well, I've got double zone. I can get my tight end down the middle. As he steps up under the center, they square off. They slide to amounts to a strong zone. Now the middle of the field is not open. He really has nowhere to go with the football. Those are the type of disguises that defense try and do to young quarterbacks. There's Willie Clay. He's one of the safeties. Lawyer Malloy, number 36, will be the other one.
Colts take over at the 19-yard line. Play action. McGinnis got there. Willie Clay has the ball at the 1. Willie McGinnis.
We saw last week a couple of them that they called fumbles that we didn't think they were. Is his arm going forward? Here's Peyton Manning. His arm is back. No, it's not. The ball comes out. Is his arm going back? McGinnis, Slade tries to pick it up instead of falling on it. Look at this. That is a fumble.
McGinnis credited with a sack and a forced fumble. 1st and goal, Patriots. Edwards at the 1. McGinnis, after getting so much grief from that opening game and the mistakes he made, said he was going to take it out on Indianapolis, and so far he has.
A lot of pent-up frustration. Willie McGinnis will come around Adam Meadows, the right tackle, and Dilger on the outside. Now, that's a long way to come when you come around the tight end to get there before the quarterback can get it off.
2nd and goal. Edwards. Nailed in the backfield. Steve Morrison cut through, and Ellis Johnson had him around the knees.
Well, when we were talking to the Colts, they said their best lineman is Ellis Johnson, and if he plays up to par, he can do some things. I would be very concerned if I were the Patriots about my offense, the way they're running the football, or the way they're not running the football. They're just not making contact at the line of scrimmage.
And Ellis Johnson, whose arm went dead a week ago after he was hit by a helmet, was doubtful for this game. 3rd and goal. Edwards again. Stopped again. The Colts swarming on defense, led by Jeff Herrod.
Paul, you alluded to it a few plays back. They're being beat at the line of scrimmage. The Colts are doing a terrific job at the line of scrimmage, controlling it and allowing their linebackers to float. Watch number 54. There's the penetration by the guys up front. It creates gaps so that the linebackers can cut through them.
Just a tremendous play by Herrod. A 19-yard field goal attempt for Adam Vinatieri. He missed 2 a week ago. And with the boos of their own fans cascading across Foxborough Stadium, the Pats lead at 3-0.
Rogaine Extra Strength works for 4 out of 5 men.
What do you mean works?
Regrows hair, or at least stops hair loss.
My luck, I'll be that 5th guy.
Probably not. But here's our guarantee. Give Rogaine Extra Strength an honest chance. You be the judge. It stops hair loss, or regrows hair, more hair, thicker hair, faster, or we give your money back. Guaranteed. Rogaine Extra Strength works for you, or your money back.
I can't lose.
You change your oil every 3,000 miles, right? You don't, do you? You push it. Now you're so busy you try to squeeze another 1,000 miles out of your oil. Or more. Well, squeeze this. To do it yourself when you have the time. Reformulated Quaker State. Protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Anybody say insurance? It's been tested. And unlike that lazy uncle nobody really likes to talk about, it works. So go get some. Quaker State. Sensible technology. What more do you need to know?
It's impossible to keep the ocean from the shore. It's just impossible. Ask a baby not to cry. It's just impossible. Or to live without you now. It's just impossible.
Thursday night football. Colorado State battles Air Force.
This Rocky Mountain rivalry has produced wild games, big upsets, and big comebacks.
Thursday game night at 7:30, followed by Colorado State versus Air Force at 8, Thursday on ESPN.
Our overhead shots provided by the Southwest Airlines Aerial Cam high above Foxborough Stadium for ESPN Sunday Night Football. Adam Vinatieri has it teed up at the 30. Aaron Bailey is deep along with number 23, Keith Elias. Bailey from the 11. Drilled as he got to the 23 by Tabucky Jones, the rookie. First quarter, New England leading it 3-0.
I know, it's just not fair. You get a little older, and what happens? Your hair falls out. What is that? Your hair falls out. Is that your story? Get a little thin up there? You know you can have your hair back at no charge. That's right, there's no cost. I said free. Just call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB and receive your free booklet on how to get your hair back for free. We're the Hair Club for Men. We're not about drugs or surgery. What we are about is adding real human hair into your own. Hair that looks and feels like your own. A natural hairstyle for an active lifestyle. So call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB right now for a free brochure, your free hair, and for a limited time, an added bonus. A free vacation, 3-day, 2-night family vacation package at your choice of major resort hotels. All you have to do is prepay for a basic club plan. That's it. So make the call and get your hair back now by calling 1-800-HAIR-CLUB. That's 1-800-HAIR-CLUB.
Do you need a Visa credit card? If you can say yes to these minimum requirements, we'll say yes to you. This is a special opportunity to get an unsecured Visa credit card with no security deposit required, even if you've been turned down before and regardless of your past credit history. Almost everyone will be approved for this Visa credit card, so call now. Repeat, if you can say yes to these minimum requirements, we'll say yes to you. Say yes to this limited no-risk offer for an unsecured Visa credit card from Cross Country Bank. Call this toll-free number now.
This is Chris Berman. While you watch Peyton Manning, what about Ryan Leaf, the second overall draft pick? How did he do for the Chargers? Well, he certainly wasn't afraid to take on the Tennessee Oilers. Look at this run down to the 1-yard line, setting up a Natron Means touchdown for the winning score. The Chargers beat the Oilers 13-7. Leaf and San Diego 2-0, Michael.
How about them Bolts, Boomer? Of course, Peyton Manning was taken ahead of Leaf in the draft by the Colts. We'll tell you about Bill Polian in our conversation with him in just a second. Marshall Faulk picks up about 9. Polian agreed that you couldn't go wrong with either guy. But replacing Jim Harbaugh in Indianapolis, such a popular player, they needed somebody who could come in and were guaranteed to have that great public image to go along with the athletic ability.
Well, not just the athletic ability, but here's a young man who comes in Peyton Manning, who has total command of the offense and will more than likely not make crucial mistakes. He's going through a learning period now, but he should make a lot.
Marshall Faulk appears to have the first down. The 5 carries, 33 yards in the first period for the graduate of San Diego State.
Tom Moore, the offensive coordinator, has decided that he wants to work with 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and 1 back because, first of all, he feels like he gets his best players on the field. Secondly, it also is a formation that can provide Peyton Manning a lot of protection.
Manning, short set. That's Pollard. Great move by Pollard to pick up an extra 5 yards. He left Todd Collins sprawled on the turf.
You know, that's the important thing. You see Jim Moore out on the field, Patton, Pollard. But what Jim Moore told us yesterday about this football team, this offense, the way it is, the 2 tight ends, the 1 back, and the 2 wide receivers. Very simple. I got my best 11 offensive players that I have on this team on the field now.
2nd and 4. Faulk. Maybe 1. ESPN Sunday Night Football continues next week with an NFC East battle featuring a pair of young quarterbacks. Philadelphia's Bobby Hoying leads the Eagles into the desert to take on Jake the Snake Plummer and the Arizona Cardinals. Join Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, and me for all the action right after prime time at 8:15 Eastern. ESPN and ABC, your exclusive networks for primetime NFL football. Picked off. Intercepted by Ty Law. 40, 30, got a block. Marshall Faulk to beat inside the 10-5. Touchdown.
We talked about the education of a rookie quarterback. Pete Carroll's defense gives him one look and really takes it away. Law, number 24, all he's doing is looking back at Peyton Manning. He sees the tight end go to the corner. This is just an outstanding job of running with the football. Terrific move right here at the goal line on Marshall Faulk. He's got him and winds up getting in for 6.
Ty Law, a 59-yard interception return. A fumble sets up the first score. The interception provides the second. 10-0 New England.
We like to say with Coors beers, you get a taste of the Rockies. You see, all the barley we use in brewing grows only in the Rocky Mountains. Right here in Colorado, or Idaho, Wyoming, or Montana. You know that little picture of the Rocky Mountains on our labels? Truth in packaging.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. I want to ride to the ridge where the west commences. Gaze at the moon till I lose my senses. Don't fence me in.
I was wrong about vitamins.
Dr. Art Uleen talks about new discoveries.
I used to say vitamins were a waste of money, but nutritional research changed my mind. The benefits are so great that I now recommend supplements for all adults. The American diet just doesn't meet your needs. So I created vitamin formulas to bridge your nutritional gap.
Vitamins recommended by a doctor, Dr. Art Uleen.
Eat well and take vitamins to complement your diet. And take my best wishes for good health.
Are you still researching the effects of instant replay?
Yeah, we're still analyzing what happened with the Cowler incident. What we can't figure out is what happened in the longest yard.
Yeah, you got to throw the flag there.
NFL Countdown, Sundays at 11, Mondays at 6:30 on ESPN.
Patriots taking advantage of turnovers to take a 10-0 lead. It's been a rough start for Peyton Manning. He has had one interception. He's been knocked down twice, sacked once, hurried another time, and sees his club down 10-0. Bailey and Elias deep again. Bailey from the 5. Aaron Bailey straight up the middle, shakes 2 tacklers. Vinatieri got him at the 40. ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Rogaine, extra strength for men. By Coors Light, it's frost brewed to tap the clean taste of the Rockies. By Mercedes-Benz. By Gateway, let's talk about your Gateway. And by Courtyard by Marriott, the hotel designed by business travelers. Joe, what do you do now?
I think, Mike, you just have to keep on letting Peyton Manning play football. You can't protect him with just safe calls. He's going to have to learn. He's going to have to make decisions. And the experience he's going to get is by making mistakes.
Falk slashes out to the 46. Ted Johnson made another tackle.
One of the things about this offense that, you know, when you say you got your best 11 people out there, Kent Dilger, number 85, is the tight end, the first string tight end. But when he's in the ball game, he's got such great hands. And in the last couple of years, he would catch the ball. Now it's hard to get him into the game plan, Joe, other than blocking.
2nd and 5. Manning short set in the flat. Pollard bowls his way for a first down into New England territory. Pollard is a load, 257 pounds.
Peyton Manning has always been cerebral, but here's the mechanics of it. Gets the ball up nice and quick, ready to throw, good set, and gets it out. Everybody says, oh, well, the spiral's not that tight. You don't get any points for form. All you want to do is complete the pass.
Falk upended that time, spilled by Brandon Mitchell and Todd Collins. Mitchell, the second-year defensive lineman out of Texas A&M.
Brandon Mitchell, that's an example of the defensive line getting to the offensive lineman and getting into the backfield.
It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Zone blitz. Manning on the screen to Falk. Ted Johnson has him at the 40. A good call, and they almost broke it.
What happens on a play like that, if you can time it right, and that is right, Mike, it is a terrific call by Tom Moore. If you can get the defense blitzing, bring him to the quarterback, and then just be able to dump it off and let the guy get free and make a move in the secondary, you got a big play. That time, New England had enough people back to make the play.
The first 63 games of his career, Marshall Faulk with at least one reception. Only Kellen Winslow has a longer streak. Faulk on the little swing, and he can't do it all by himself. Chris Slade was right there.
I'll tell you, you just don't know how good a play Chris Slade just made on this play. He's got Marshall Faulk out in space where you want to get Marshall Faulk. Peyton Manning read the blitz. Everybody's coming. He dumps the ball out to the outside, and watch number 53. He's got Marshall Faulk. He makes the tackle for no gain.
Troy Brown drops back inside the 10 for Gardocki, who was very good at killing the ball inside the 20. Sky high. Fair catch barely made at the 12-yard line. A punt of 30, but he did his job as the ball's inside the 15-yard line. ESPN's award-winning series Outside the Lines returns Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern with Stadium Mania. 75% of all pro sports teams have a new stadium or are seeking one. We'll examine the reasons teams say they need new stadiums, current trends in design, and the controversy over using taxpayer money to build them. Outside the Lines, Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern. And, of course, there's a lot of that going on up here as the Patriots look for a new stadium to replace Foxborough. Bledsoe off the fingertips of Glenn, who was wide open at the 15.
Mike, when you look at the New England Patriots and you look at Drew Bledsoe in particular, here's a guy who's in his third different offensive system in the last 4 years. I don't expect the New England Patriots to be that efficient early in the season on offense. Ernie Zampese is the new coordinator. There's time to learn. Their defense will have to carry them early parts of the year like they're doing tonight.
Edwards on the toss, cuts it back, dives out near the 18-yard line. Steve Morrison with the tackle. Edwards, good speed, 4'4", an attacking style runner, a rookie first-round draft choice out of Georgia. So we told you he was hurt in the preseason, was the backup to Cedric Shaw in the opener at Denver, and because he ran so well in a backup role, he got the start here tonight. New England is not going to try to get off another play as Tom Moore and Peyton Manning go over what has gone wrong with the Colts offense. That's the end of the first quarter. 10-0 New England over Indianapolis.
At Transamerica, why? We have specially priced life insurance policies for people who still exercise without a trainer. Call a Transamerica agent. The people in the pyramid working for you.
The Honda ATVs. The desert can't beat them. The jungle can't beat them. Mountains, rocks, water, even a fall from 1,000 feet can't beat them. And if you thought these Hondas were tough to beat before, now they come with no down payment and 9.8% APR financing, but only until December 31st. Tough to beat deals from your Honda dealer. Honda ATVs, best on earth.
It knows 2 speeds. Stop and go. It just beat a series of the toughest stop-and-go driving tests in the world, and it's brand new. Go ahead. Guess. You have 4.3 seconds. Introducing Pennzoil with new Pure Base. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
When you qualify for benefits with Transamerica long-term care insurance, you can make yourself at home because you can still live at home. The people in the pyramid working for you.
Welcome back to Foxborough. Peyton Manning, of course, a second-generation NFL quarterback. His dad, Archie, was a great player. Never had the benefit of playing on a winning team. I don't think that's going to happen to Peyton Manning.
Well, I think it might be early in his career. I think he's going to struggle a little bit until they get the people around him, which is really a big key for quarterbacks, having people to do something with.
Yeah, they're really looking. They need some offensive linemen, and they need to get some receivers out there for him. The one thing about Peyton Manning is, you know, he gives credit to his father for all the things that happen off the field. Let me just tell you a quick story about last night. Came to the hotel, went upstairs, everybody wanted an autograph. He said, "I'll be right back." He comes back down with a security guy and signed every autograph and took every picture. Amazing young man.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything less from the Manning family. Overthrown, intended for Brisby.
Again,
nice coverage by Burris.
A real good job by the Colts defense. What they're doing is they're doing a really good job on 1st and 10. They're not giving New England an opportunity to gain enough yards so that they can make the substitutions, and they're getting a good push on Drew Bledsoe.
Tupel will have to kick it away, and Bailey goes back to his 35. Bailey from the 37. And takes it back near the 44 before Chris Sullivan makes the tackle. Let's go to Solomon Wilcott. Solomon.
Yeah, Mike, you know, we all know Peyton Manning is a phenomenal talent at the quarterback position. But what I noticed from watching him during the preseason is that he can be very inconsistent when throwing the ball towards the boundary. Now, it is not from a lack of arm strength, but I talked with wide receiver Marvin Harrison, and he said that the receivers and Peyton Manning need to continue to work on their timing routes towards the outside. Now, the interception by Ty Law shows that they need to continue working on that.
Well, Solomon, that was a big mistake, and it cost him dearly. Marshall Faulk dragging 289-pound Brandon Mitchell with him up the gut.
At the beginning of this game, you said this is where the key is to this game tonight with the Indianapolis Colts is Marshall Faulk.
And if it hadn't been for the interception that was run back for a touchdown, Indianapolis wouldn't be 10 points down. They'd only be 3 after the miscue and the fumble force. They are running the ball enough as long as Peyton Manning doesn't make crucial mistakes.
Faulk had 24 carries a week ago, but averaged less than 2.5 yards a shot. Doing much better tonight. This time stood straight up. Vernon Crawford and Mark Wheeler in on the stop. And I'll tell you what, the Patriots going with a lot of backup guys, really rotating their defensive line and linebackers.
Well, they know they have to stop Marshall Faulk, and the defensive linemen, I mean, they want to make sure that they're fresh at all times.
Pete Carroll, who did such a great job as a defensive coordinator in San Francisco. Steve Sidwell up in the booth. Faulk on 3rd and short, lowered his head. He took on Ted Johnson, who is as good a hitting middle linebacker as there is, and he got the first down.
But the key there is that the offensive line created a bubble that forced Ted Johnson to take him on one-on-one. That tackle was made after he picked up the first down yardage.
Here's where you're going to see it with Marshall Faulk, and when he comes up the middle. Ted Johnson, watch this. The stuff is there. He's in the hole, but Marshall Faulk, you're absolutely right, already had the first down.
Manning, short set and a strike. Got it down to the 32 to Marvin Harrison, who has been his favorite target.
Pete Carroll talking about Peyton Manning says the one thing about him, Joe, is that he puts the ball on the numbers. He hits these guys when he's throwing. He hits them right in the chest. Of course, he hit Law in the hands when he intercepted, but they said he is very, very accurate.
Best drive so far for the Colts. Here comes the blitz. Faulk tries to beat it to the outside. Johnson, sideline to sideline, knocked him out of bounds.
There's a case of making a whole lot of something out of a whole lot of nothing. New England that time brought the blitz in anticipation of a run. So what they tried to do was fill every gap. Marshall Faulk, although he can run inside very effectively, I think his greatest asset is when he has the opportunity to hit the perimeter and get around the defense.
He can also be a workhorse. Total yards so far, the Colts dominant, but the mistakes have killed them. Another blitz, the pass in the flat. That was dangerous. Harrison got away from Ty Law. That ball stayed up there a long time.
But what Harrison did in this play here is what every young receiver must do. He went up after the ball. Did not wait for the ball to come down. If he waits, it's intercepted. He doesn't. Number 88. Watch this. He goes up and takes the ball at the high point. Otherwise, Law would have had it.
Boy, and you're right. And Ty Law was just sitting there waiting on it. First down, Colts. Falk. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
You know, Joe, you talk so much about Falk, and it's 5 years now, and we have talked to him all this time. Have you ever seen him more relaxed and more confident in his game as he was yesterday when we were talking to him?
No, I haven't, Paul. And I think the reason why is Tom Moore, the coordinator, defined his role very simply for him. He is going to be the guy that carries the football for them. We're so used to seeing him split out in so many different roles. Now he's just a running back, and that's where I think he has the confidence.
Already 13 carries, 56 yards for Marshall Falk. Manning, short set, throws the fade. Ty Law is the only one close to it and has his second interception. Harrison was either bumped off stride or broke his pattern.
Peyton Manning anticipated a route being there. That was the problem. He thought he saw something. What he wound up seeing was a blue shirt with the ball in his hand.
The internet is your window on the world. But without software that protects your internet privacy, the internet is the world's window on you. Guard Dog. From Cyber Media, it keeps the web from surfing you.
When the pharaohs of ancient Egypt entered the pyramid, they took everything they would ever want or need with them. That way, they would never have the urge to leave. The pharaohs weren't stupid. Call 1-800-288-1000 today for reservations.
Here we are in this simple, majestic setting. None of the usual interruptions. Nobody around to distract us from introducing AT&T One Rate Plus. Now, the key point, the thing to remember, is that every call you make from home with One Rate Plus, every call, day and night, 10 cents a minute.
Did you say 10 cents a minute, dude?
How do they find me?
AT&T One Rate Plus. 10 cents a minute, anytime. Call 1-800-41-RATE to enroll.
ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by AT&T. It's all within your reach. By Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL, an official airline of the Super Bowl. By Luxor. Call Luxor for reservations. 1-800-288-1000. By Nintendo 64 Sports. And by Honda. Get tough to beat deals on ATVs. Honda's best on earth. Peyton Manning with his second interception. New England's offense has done nothing, and yet they're up 10-0. 3 plays and out every series. Bledsoe throws incomplete.
Any quarterback, young, old, it doesn't matter. You have to look at the people that you intend to pump and fake. Peyton Manning, watch this. He never looks at the corner. What he sees is Lawyer Malloy. He thinks it's Ty Law. So he thought the corner bit. As it turns out, Ty Law just backed up. Watch the rotation. Here comes the safety up inside. Here comes the safety. There goes the corner. He doesn't see it. What he thinks he sees is a corner. What he winds up with is an interception.
Terry Glenn dropped that last pass. Here's Edwards on the toss. Takes a shot as he crosses the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Tyrone Poole up from the corner to help out, along with Harrod from the middle. Edwards, 10 carries, 19 yards. Bledsoe, 0 for 4 through the air. How fortunate is New England? The offense doing absolutely nothing, and they're up by 10.
I thought the offense would struggle, but I didn't expect them to struggle this much. Drop passes, really a totally ineffective running game. I don't think Ernie Zampese's going to try and continue to run the football a whole lot longer.
Bledsoe in the flat, has it complete to his fullback, Tony Carter. The former Bear has a first down.
Well, we were talking about at the beginning about Terry Glenn being the go-to guy. Now, Bledsoe's thrown twice to him, 3 times. The first play he threw to him, he caught it was a penalty. There's one across the middle. Terry Glenn quit on it in the first quarter, and then the one he drops over here. And if you keep dropping them, they're not going to go to you.
As a rookie, he had 90 catches, the best rookie year ever. Hurt most of last year. Play action by Bledsoe. Good protection. Glenn. What a throw by Bledsoe. What a throw.
But the throw is late. It was a terrific throw. I agree with you, but what happens, he gets inside of Poole, but the ball is just not there in time. It allows Poole to catch up. Watch this. There's the move. He's inside. The ball's got to be there now. Now look at Tyrone Poole close. See how he closes? Just by being able to come across his face. Drew didn't quite get this ball out quick enough, nor did he throw it far enough. That's how fast Terry Glenn really is.
He should have caught it.
Yeah, all that said, I agree with that. It's still a catchable ball.
That's what they pay you to do, catch the ball.
We've got a timeout on the field. The play clock was winding down. New England struggling on offense, but have control of the scoreboard.
You know, ever since we started telling players that oversized is overrated, tour players kept coming up to me all the time and saying, come on, Raj, is it really that good? All I know is this. No club gets to be #1 on any pro tour without paying the players unless it's head and shoulders better than anything else they've ever used. You know, the Tri-Metal's so good, it's changing the opinions of even the toughest critics in the game.
People who know me, I don't get too excited about anything. And I don't endorse anything I don't use or believe in. I use Tri-Metal, and I believe in Tri-Metal.
I'm telling you, this club's for real. This is the direction golf is headed. And it's so hot the golf pros can't even keep it in stock. Oversized is over. The Tri-Metal is the right size club.
Call now to receive your free video on the Tri-Metal. We'll also rush you a free subscription to Great Golf Magazine, the insider's guide to new technology and in-depth interviews from the world of golf. Call the number on your screen now for your complimentary subscription and free video.
Golf Digest presents 50 ways to lower your score.
To get greater distance, turn your right foot out. For a better backswing, don't slide. Turn your hips instead.
Now, lower your score, drive longer, hit straighter, and play your best golf ever with the 50 new stroke-saving tips in every Golf Digest. Call now for your risk-free trial issue. If you like it, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $19.97. Plus, get this stroke-saving video free.
Call 800-257-0500.
I think it's probably personality that distinguishes SportsCenter. A lot of people don't realize that we write virtually all our own stuff.
Jack, which sounds better? Good or good?
The second one?
Yeah, good, thanks.
They're in their Sunday night finest for the home opener here at Foxborough after the Patriots lost on the road at Denver. They're up 10-0 over the Colts here. Second quarter. Derek Cullors is in as the single setback. Here comes the blitz. Cullors on the draw. Didn't have a chance. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Ball may have come loose, but Cullors covered it up.
That's the right call. Because if you split it, you're gone.
Rusty Tillman continues to do a terrific job coordinating this defense. He's picking his spots when he wants to go after Drew. He's just confusing him enough. But the key for Rusty is the 4 guys up front have controlled the line of scrimmage for him.
3rd and 14 now. Jefferson and goes out of bounds. He beat Jeff Burris.
That's a perfect pass. And do you know who was not on the field with 3rd and 14? Terry Glenn was not on the field. Jeff Burris is number 20 downfield. He's got Jefferson. Watch where this ball is thrown. Burris doesn't have a chance. It's back to the outside, over the shoulder. Look at this. What a catch.
But what a great job Jefferson does of selling the fact that he's going to stop. That's what made the route work, is he sold the fact that he might stop.
Edwards and Glenn are back on the field for New England. Bledsoe with time. Glenn can't get there. Nice coverage by Poole. Poole had to take him all the way across the field and stayed with him stride for stride.
I think Tyrone Poole is showing a little bit more speed than the New England Patriots think he might have. He's right in his hip pocket. Of course, he's holding on to him a little bit, which makes it easier. But Glenn really never gets away. Terrific defense. Watch this. He uses his inside arm to knock the ball away. That's called the long arm. It's the one closest to the ball. If he tries to do it with his left, it's a completion.
I don't think it was a tribute to Sammy Sosa, but it was close. Edwards dives to the 25. He'll be a couple of yards shy of a first down.
You know, I know Ben Coates is not in the game. He's out with a sprained ankle, and, you know, it is Drew Bledsoe's security blanket. But Lovett Purnell has been open, Joe. 4 different times I've looked at this guy, and he's open. He's going to eventually throw them the ball.
Well, Paul, I've said this before. I don't think Drew is real comfortable yet in this new offense. As good a player he is, as great a Pro Bowl player as he is, he still has to learn where to look for people on the field in this offense.
3rd is short. Bledsoe to Glenn. First down inside the 15-yard line. Harrod made the tackle. And a flag down after the play.
Robert Blackman's going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct for throwing the ball in the face of Terry Glenn. That's just frustration and foolishness.
Personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 25, defense.
Terry Glenn makes the catch in the middle. And he's open and he makes the catch, which is what he's supposed to do, which is something Paul is having trouble getting him done. So he catches it. Now he gets tackled. Robert Blackman is going to come in. He's on top of him, takes the ball, and then throws it in his face. Blackman comes in from the left side and winds up throwing the ball in his face. Trust me, it happened.
Oh, Blackman's better than this. A 9-year veteran. They got him from Seattle. He's a smarter player, and that's a silly mistake.
Well, Jeff Harrod on the play before tackled Glenn. He made another tackle. By the time this game is over, Jeff Harrod may have 50 tackles. He is everywhere on the field.
Colts let him go a year ago. He came back, and he really is one of the staples of this defense.
When he was talking to us about the defense, he said, you know, we haven't been together. This is a defense. These guys weren't even healthy through any of the preseason.
Play 11 of the drive. It's their best drive. In fact, it's their only drive. Bledsoe for the end zone, tipped incomplete. And Burris got a hand on that one. And, Paul, you were right about Lovett Purnell. He was wide open in the flat at the beginning of the play at about the 2. Bledsoe didn't even look that way.
You know, Mike, he's got to look at him sometime. And when they send these sheets down with all these film and everything they have, they got to show him.
Paul, I'm going to show you exactly what you're talking about. Watch when Drew Bledsoe comes out in the flat. Now, he's had a tendency to try and work down the field. He's going to have the receiver wide open out here, but he wants to try and force the ball down the field. Here comes the bootleg. There he is, wide open in the flat. Throw it, throw it. Now he tries to force it down the field.
3rd and goal. Here comes the blitz. Bledsoe throws for the goal line, knocked away. Intended for Bartram. And knocked away by Monty Montgomery at the goal line.
Monty Montgomery, you're looking at nickel situation back there, and here's the throw. Again, Bledsoe forcing the ball in. Montgomery is right there. What a nice job by the defense.
Paul, you said it before. You just got to believe if it was Ben Coates, Drew has so much confidence he'll make that throw, and Ben will catch it 8 out of 10 times.
Vinatieri, who has already hit from 19, will try one from 23. New England finally showing a spark on offense, even without their all-pro tight end. They're up by 13.
Great job on that paper jam.
Like I handle that toner.
Come on, guys. Come on. We put the product design right in front of the kids to see what they think. I click on that guy right up there.
That's cool. Linda, we need help.
Kids are great with computers because they'll tell you exactly what they think. That's strange. The other thing you want to do is be able to collect these cards along the way. Computers are great for kids because they have infinite patience.
I want to do it.
That's a good thing.
You're the beer man. Playing in pain comes with the territory. But a few nagging injuries won't stop me from delivering cold Coors Light.
Hey, beer man.
95 is what the doctor called pop-top finger. But I kept cracking open that Rocky Mountain refreshment. 96 was a wicked case of beer elbow. But the fans wanted a frost-brewed beer, and they got it. Knock the beer man out of the game? Well, that would take something really serious. Coors Light? Yeah, you want it. Coors Light!
So get ready for ESPN Sunday Night Football. The Philadelphia Eagles head west to take on the Arizona Cardinals. ESPN Sunday Night Football coverage begins at 8:15.
Now that sounds exciting.
First 5,000 tonight, able to embarrass themselves at no additional charge.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Freeze. He wound up here in New England.
13-0 as Adam Vinatieri has it teed up. Bailey from the 12. Stutter steps his way across the 30 and then drives to the 35-yard line. ESPN and ESPN2 are your season-long homes for college football. Here's the lineup for Saturday. It all begins at 11 a.m. on ESPN with College Game Day. Then at noon, Central Florida and Purdue. At 5 o'clock, LSU battles Auburn. At 8, Virginia Tech against Miami. Over on the Deuce, at noon, Louisville, Illinois. And at 6, Maryland meets the Mountaineers of West Virginia. Back to the ground game with Marshall Faulk. Up to about the 38. Keep in mind, with Faulk being a workhorse tonight, they are woefully thin in the backfield. Only 4 backs on the roster.
And he's the only one who's going to carry it.
That's
out of the 4 guys on the roster.
That's why they're using Dilger so much in the backfield as a fullback. There are the 2 backups.
Hetherington, Abu Wilson just signed this week. Keith Elias is the backup tailback.
Some household names.
Faulk again. It was a good run to get a couple. He was hitting the backfield twice and got away. We saw Marshall Faulk in college carry the ball 40 times in one game for San Diego State. Gained 299 yards, and after it, he wasn't even winded.
When Tom Moore, the offensive coordinator, came to Indianapolis, he sat down with Marshall Faulk, and he says, I don't want you to make any plans to go out on Sunday night after a ball game because you're going to be tired. So don't make any plans to go dancing on it.
He's already first in line for the Whirlpool. 3rd and 2. Pollard, first down to the 47-yard line. Willie Clay made the tackle. Another quick strike from Manning.
You know, you can't, but you throw out those 2 interceptions. I mean, you're right. You look at the football game, it was really close because offensively, they've moved the ball.
Yes, they have.
But you can't.
I know you can't. I know you can't.
Faulk again. to about the 46.
Let me tell you what I see right now. I see Peyton Manning in a bit of a rhythm. In the early part of the game, he came to the line of scrimmage. He was looking at the defense. He was calling audibles, doing this, doing that. Right now, Indianapolis is in a rhythm. Run a play, get in a huddle, run a play, get in a huddle, run a play, get in a huddle. Now they're starting to get some kind of pace to this offense.
Marshall Faulk, 65 first half yards on 16 carries. 2nd and 8. Manning another short set. Dilger with his first catch, and nothing there. Let's check in with Solomon Wilcox on the sideline.
Thanks, Mike. You know, as a rookie quarterback, Peyton Manning has to process so much information. When he comes off the field, he's meeting with the offensive coordinator, Tom Moore, who is showing him Polaroid shots of the previous play. Now he is also getting even more feedback by talking to the coaches in the booth by using the telephone. It's all to help him to eliminate the mistakes on the football field.
Solomon, it is a learning process, and right now he faces a 3rd and 7. Another blitz. He unloads in a hurry. Too high. And they whistle the play dead. There's a flag down at the 45-yard line. It will be motion against the offense and kill the play.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 78, offense. Still 3rd down.
I'm sitting there watching. I can't believe Marvin Harrison didn't even go for the ball. He's just standing there.
He thinks the ball's uncatchable. He thinks it's actually going over his head.
He may have also heard a whistle, and Ty Law is thinking, I've never had 3 in a game before.
Well, watch this play at the end. Now, there's the movement on the left-hand side of the line. And watch this. Watch Marvin Harrison. Well, Marvin Harrison never moved.
3rd and 12 after the penalty. Movement again.
That was Tarek Glenn, number 78.
Prior to the snap, number 78, offense.
Look how much Tarek Glenn is cocked to the side. He can't possibly see the football.
No, and he can't hear it either, Mike, and you're right. That is the big key. He has no idea, so the only thing he can move off of will be defensive movement, and Chris Slade right now has him on a yo-yo. Watch number here. Here they go. The outside backer starts. He's trying to get a little bit of a jump. Can't do it.
3rd and 17. Dilger. And there is a play on 3rd and 17 where people are going to say, what was the point?
The point is that Tom Moore refuses to get his quarterback beat up. He's willing to just take a short play and make something positive, but he is not going to get Peyton Manning killed.
You don't get in this kind of shape running on a treadmill. You do it with strength exercise, and I do it with the Bowflex. You know, if you're not working out with strength training right now, you need to. Because if you want to lose weight, you got to add the muscle, and that's why you need a Bowflex machine. It's like nothing else you've ever tried before. We've got over 60 exercises you can do on a Bowflex. You're never going to get bored. You can do a full workout in 20 minutes on a Bowflex machine. You're not going to believe how effective Bowflex is the first time you get on it. Bowflex may look a little different, but that's because we designed it to function correctly. Bowflex uses power rod resistance. Bowflex power rods are so effective that Bowflex guarantees results in 6 weeks or your money back. Try going to the gym and getting a guarantee on results. You won't find it. If you call and get our free videotape, you're going to see an effective workout and see how easy and quick and fun working out with Bowflex is.
Do you need a Visa credit card? If you can say yes to these minimum requirements, we'll say yes to you. This is a special opportunity to get an unsecured Visa credit card with no security deposit required, even if you've been turned down before and regardless of your past credit history. Almost everyone will be approved for this Visa credit card, so call now. Repeat, if you can say yes to these minimum requirements, we'll say yes to you. Say yes to this limited no-risk offer for an unsecured Visa credit card from Cross Country Bank. Call this toll-free number now.
These are my sports figurines. Now, you know, a lot of people call these dolls. They're not dolls. They're sports figurines. And I just want to get that straight. Okay, they're not toys, and they're not dolls. They're figurines.
These overhead shots on a beautiful Sunday night provided by the Southwest Airlines Aerial Cam high above Foxborough for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. The Colts will have to kick it away, and another whistle. Oh, the cheerleaders were still on the field. We don't want any University of California band type plays. Gardocki to kick to Brown. Brown fair catch at the 10 after a 36-yard punt and no return off the foot of Chris Gardocki. New England in control basically on the strength of its defense.
Mom, when are we gonna get there? How many more miles?
Ever since you started traveling, it's been like this. You're left hanging with no idea what's going on. That's why United Airlines provides up-to-the-minute information at the gate.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Especially when there's a delay. It's just one more way United is rising.
Investing is about to change forever. Introducing the new E-Trade, the #1 rated place to invest online, now open free to the public with 10 times more research, more tools, more power, free real-time quotes. Still from just $14.95 a trade, it's the hot new place to invest online or on Earth. E-Trade, someday we'll all invest this way.
Gateway sent us back to college to ask students how we could improve dorm life.
Me? I'm an English lit major, so a DVD player to watch movies would be nice.
I can sum it up for you in 2 words. TV.
So we built the Gateway computer with the TV, DVD, stereo, and an Intel Pentium 2 processor. With the YourWare program, it's just $69 a month. Call 1-800-GATEWAY and let's talk about your gateway.
Pro football is a game of unabashed joy.
It's heavenly. It's wonderful.
Coming up, the Toyota halftime report, the fastest 3 minutes in television, an update on Troy Aikman and his injury today, as well as the Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa home run battle. Sosa with a pair of dingers today. Derek Cullors in the backfield for New England. Cullors will get the carry. Normally the third down back. They have not run the ball well at all. And a lot of that credit's got to go to the Colt defense.
28 yards rushing isn't very good, is it, in a half?
No. Edwards had 50 yards a week ago. Cedric Shaw had 25. Bledsoe over the middle, and there's the tight end, Lovett Purnell.
It took a while to finally find this guy, but Lovett Purnell has been open all evening.
And New England will use its second timeout.
Lovett Purnell is in for Ben Coates. He's number 85. Watch this. He breaks into the inside. Look at this pass where it is. Is that absolutely perfect?
Bledsoe does a nice job of threading the seam right between the linebackers. This was a little out and up. Puts a nice, easy throw for Purnell to make the play.
This guy has good hands. He was the MVP of his team as a senior, averaged over 16.5 yards a catch. And Ben Coates on the sideline, so Purnell gets the starting job.
That's his 4th sucker. I've been counting.
You've been counting?
Oh, yeah.
We keep track of everything.
We keep some stats.
1:24 to go first half. Bledsoe, as a flag is down, the catch is made by Troy Brown, who had 5 a week ago, and now we'll check the marker.
There's a flag down on the field.
Sean Jefferson, Joe, gets knocked down.
Holding. Number 20. Defense. It's decline. First down.
That's declined because the holding penalty is 5 yards.
First and 10 Patriots. Line of scrimmage to 47.
Marked the ball at the New England 47-yard line. First down with 1:18 still to go in the half. Bledsoe, boy, what a dangerous throw that was to Colors, right in the middle of traffic.
It's a dangerous throw, Mike, but it is a beautiful throw. The defender is on the left side. Drew Bledsoe throws this the only place he can, inside right.
Here comes the blitz. Everybody coming. Bledsoe throws. Glenn has it. And a saving tackle by Burris. They had 7 guys.
That's the advantage of being in a shotgun. They can bring some people on the corner unblocked, and you can still get the ball off.
Bledsoe under pressure in the flat. Colors makes the catch. And, Joe, I have always felt that this was the strong suit for Drew Bledsoe.
I agree with you. And you know, a lot of quarterbacks are good in the 2-minute drill. For one reason, I think they get to call their own plays.
Bledsoe this time throws for Brown, and he was closely covered by Monty Montgomery. Incomplete. It'll stop the clock with 12 seconds left.
New England has 1 timeout left now. What they can do is they have the opportunity to work the entire field. They just don't have to try and throw a ball to the boundaries to stop the clock. So look for Drew, I think, to still try and work the ball in the middle of the field to give Vinatieri an opportunity for the field goal.
From here, it would be about a 52-yard try for Adam Vinatieri. He's hit 2 chip shots. Knocked away from Jefferson, and Tyrone Poole having himself a heck of a first half.
Tyrone Poole is covering anybody they want to throw at him. This time it's Sean Jefferson, who's taller. Stays right with them, moves up, and just gets his hand around. Makes a good play on the ball to knock it away.
Officially, it will be 53 for Vinatieri, the 3-year kicker out of South Dakota State. Vinatieri.
Watch, you'll see this ball clear. It hits on the backside. Now it's already over the goalpost. When it bounces back onto the field, but it already is in.
It nicked the crossbar, then hit our camera. And that's why it's good. The end of the first half. The score, 16-0 New England. Now let's join Chris Berman for the Toyota halftime report.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. See, our cameras are everywhere here on Sunday Night Football. Well, kind of some wild endings in week number 2 and some odd starts for some of the squads. And we begin at Lambeau Field, week 2. In a battle that we once called the Bay of Pigs, although not anymore. The Battle of the Bays, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Both teams playoff teams a year ago. Reggie White, 3 sacks in the first half. He has the gift of power. Fourth quarter, the Packers lead at 16-0. Look at Brett Favre. Zing! Antonio Freeman, 38-yard touchdown. The Packers lead 23-0. The Bucs score late a couple of times, but they're 0-2. 23-15 the Pack. Vikings, Rams tied at 31-0. Randall Cunningham in relief of injured Brad Johnson. All he does is catch touchdowns. Chris Carter, 38-31 Vikes. Tony Banks, final play of the game. To the 10, to the 5, it's no, it's not. He stopped at the 1. Vikings win 38-31. They're 2-0. Bengals, Lions. Barry Sanders is just in. He's good. He could go all the way. 67-yard touchdown. Lions lead the Bengals 21-14. Overtime. Early. 28-0. Scott Mitchell throws the out. They're down and out. Corey Sawyer. Touchdown. Bengals win in Detroit 34-28. Chiefs and Jaguars. 2 Super Bowl hopefuls. Mark Brunell, Jimmy Smith. Touchdown Jacksonville 14-0 the Jags. They lead 21-16 fourth quarter. James Stewart, a key first down. He's had 100-yard games in each of the first 2 games. Both Jaguar wins, 21-16 Jacksonville. Bills, Dolphins, second quarter. Dan Marino, shotgun to Lamar Thomas. Touchdown. Game tied at 7. Fourth quarter. Rob Johnson sacked for the 8th time of the game. The Dolphins start 2-0. They beat the Bills 13-7. Ravens, Jets. What are the Jets going to do now? Change to the Titans uniform? Glenn Foley picked up by Rod Woodson. His 6th career TD interception. Ravens beat the Jets 24-10 to start now 0-2. Cardinals, Seahawks. Jake the Snake Plummer. Ill-advised pass. Sean Springs. Sean Silver Springs. TD last week, TD this week. The Seahawks begin 2-0. First time they've won any game in the first 2 weeks of the season. The last 4 years, they win 33-14. Cordell Stewart to Andre Coleman, touchdown for Pittsburgh against Chicago. Minutes ago, Carnell Lake picks off Eric Kramer. Steelers start 2-0. They beat the Bears 17-12. Giants, Raiders. Out west, Napoleon Kaufman runs from left field to right field. He could go all the way. And inside the park, home run, 80 yards, 7-0. Raiders. They lead 20-17. Danny Cadell picks off by Eric Turner. The Raiders and Giants each 1-1, 20-17. Oakland. Eagles, Falcons. That famed Chris Chandler to Brian Kozlowski duo. Touchdown. Falcons start 2-0 for the first time since 86. 17-12 they win. The New Orleans Saints. Danny Werfel. Deshaun Dawkins. Slam. Gone. 64 yards. Saints lead the Panthers, the entire state of Carolina, trying to catch Dawkins. Fourth quarter. Ray Weinzellers. Boom. The Saints are 2-0. They win 19-14. And what about Ryan Leaf and the Chargers? At the debut at Vanderbilt Stadium for the Tennessee Oilers, boom, leaped out of the one. Third quarter action. Natron means business. Chargers win 13-7. Chargers, Saints, Falcons, 2-0 start.
This halftime report is presented by Toyota. Every day belongs to you. Make it count. Toyota every day.
When we return, big news for the Broncos, bad news for the Cowboys at Mile High. Business as usual for TD and business as usual for Sammy Sosa. Make it 2 past the Babe and Roger Maris. We'll show you.
There's no doubt about it. Americans like to win. We strive to be first. Always. And in everything. So it only makes sense that more of us want to drive the best. Toyota Camry. America's #1 selling car.
It can get competitive here at Sports Center.
So Charlie says you're maybe the 50th best heavyweight.
In the world?
In Georgia.
But when there are differences, we keep it in the family.
So Carl started drinking a little bit. And then he was going on and on about he and Mrs. Met. I mean, nasty stuff. Nasty.
And keeping it in the family has made our family stronger.
Charlie, come on out and get your whooping. Charlie, come on out. Stand.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime Report with your host, Chris Berman.
16-0 the Patriots over the Colts at the half. The Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos at home against the team that's, well, won 3 Super Bowls here in the 90s, the Dallas Cowboys. At Mile High Stadium we go. Both teams winning last week. And Terrell Davis, MVP of the Super Bowl, didn't have 100 yards last week, but no problem here. 63 yards in the first quarter. Broncos lead it 14-7. Next Broncos possession. This is not a replay, but it looks like it. 63 on the last one. Let's get him go. Could go all the way. 59 yards TD, 3 TDs on the day. Bad news for Troy Aikman and the Cowboys. Hit by Marvin Washington, his left shoulder driven into the turf, broken left clavicle, out 4 to 8 weeks. Jason Garrett played while Aikman watched. John Elway had to leave, grabbing his right hamstring after this pass in the fourth quarter. Brisker relieved him. Afterwards, Troy Aikman on his injury.
It's the nature of the sport. It's a physical game. It's a violent game. There's big collisions out there on the field, and I really believe that the league has tried to do what they can in order to prevent the quarterback position in particular from getting hurt. But I mean, anytime you're getting hit, then there's the risk that you take and the chances that you're going to get hurt.
Troy always stand up, and more on the John Elway injury. They'll know more in the week on Monday Night Countdown with Mike Tirico and the guys at 6:30 Monday night on ESPN, and on ABC at 8 Eastern Time. We start our pregame coverage, and then the ball game. The San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins from the nation's capital, 8 Eastern on ABC's Monday Night Football. Oh, yeah, there's this thing about long ball going on in baseball. Mark McGwire, what a great moment that was. His 62nd homer early in the week. What an unbelievable weekend and day this was today for Sammy Sosa. McGwire in action tonight. We're going to show you first what happened. Could he improve on 62? He went 0 for 2 in Houston, then left the game with back spasms. Game is still going on. As for Wrigley Field, what a wild series the Cubs have had with the Brewers. Not only is Sosa in one day going to pass the Babe with home run number 61. In the bottom of the fifth on Waveland Avenue, they scramble for the ball. Remember, the Cubs are in a wild card chasing down 10-8-9 Sosa. Home run number 62 off Eric Plunky, passes Maris and ties McGwire. Unbelievable. They waited 20 minutes after the game, which the Cubs won in extra innings on a Mark Grace home run in the 10th, for Sosa to come out. Cubs win in 10. The Mets win in Montreal behind Willie Blair, and a 3-run homer for Barry Bonds in the 8th off McElroy for the Giants mean they all win, which means the Cubs are up by 1 over the Mets, 3.5 over the Giants. But it's the Mets that go to Houston. It's the Cubs that go to San Diego next. The Orioles beat the Angels 12-7, sweeping them. Also in the AL West, the Devil Rays took 2 out of 3 from Texas, which means the Angels' lead is 1 over Texas. They play 2 games Wednesday and Thursday night in Texas. We'll have the Wednesday game for you here. Patriots lead the Colts 60-0 at the half. Back to Foxborough in just a jiffy.
This halftime report is presented by Toyota. Every day belongs to you. Make it count. Toyota every day.
Willie McGinnis, part of a Patriot defense, making life miserable for the rookie quarterback, Peyton Manning. Back with the second half in a moment.
Are you concerned about losing more hair? Do you wonder how much further it will go? Do you wish you could do something about it? Well, now there's a pill for men with certain types of hair loss. Introducing Propecia. In clinical studies, the vast majority of men, 83%, maintain their current hair count, and most, 66%, regrew some hair. Take it daily and you could see results in as little as 3 months. Propecia is for men only. A small number of men experience certain sexual side effects. Each occurred in less than 2% of men. Women who are or may potentially be pregnant must not use it or handle broken tablets because of the risk of a specific kind of birth defect. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist and read the consumer information they can provide. For a free brochure on Propecia, call toll-free 1-888-21-MERC. It will give you more facts and show you clinical before and after photos. You can also receive a list of doctors in your area. Propecia, helping make hair loss history.
Baseball players know a lot about home equity loans.
So do football players.
At Superior Bank, we don't play games with your financial future. Instead, Superior has been helping homeowners for over 75 years, helping homeowners reduce their bills to 1 monthly payment and get the cash they need when they need it, even if they've had credit problems in the past. So if you're tired of playing games, call Superior Direct now at 1-888-678-7777.
You're out of shape. Harder. Why can't you be perfect? The best you got. Come on, Warren.
This is my shield against the heat.
This is my shield, the media, against the best ever, against the opposition.
He'll never play in the NFL. He's not like other quarterbacks. He'll never start. This is my shield. He's just an athlete against the noise.
The shield means you're for real.
Welcome back to Foxborough. There is a site downtown Boston, the State House. An absolutely perfect September night. And it's been nearly perfect for the New England Patriots, at least defensively. They lead at 16-0. Aaron Bailey goes back with Keith Elias. Keith Elias awaiting the second half kickoff from Adam Vinatieri. 3 field goals in the first half. Bailey from the 6. Dives across the 25 to about the 26-yard line.
Peyton Manning didn't have the half, obviously, that he wanted to have. First of all, Willie McGinnis on the sack and the fumble. And then it's the Ty Law show. Ty Law just 2 picks, one with a beautiful run for a touchdown. And in this one here with Joe, you were absolutely right. Peyton Manning never saw Ty Law sitting in the end zone.
Had another interception wiped out by a penalty. Marshall Faulk back to the ground game. Faulk running hard again across the 32 to the 33, where Chris Canty made the tackle. The first half stats from Foxborough. The total yards very close. The big difference, obviously, the 3 turnovers.
Well, that big guy up on the right-hand side, 28 yards rushing for the Patriots. I mean, they've got to really go to work this next week and in this half to get something done.
Faulk again grabbed by McGinnis and dragged down at the 25. To follow up on your point, they don't want to go back to the time when Drew Bledsoe was throwing the ball 45, 55 times a game.
I don't believe they will. I think what Pete Carroll is looking for is he's looking for somebody to come up and be a running back, whether it be Cedric Shaw or whether it be Robert Edwards. They know Derek Cullors is going to be their 3rd down back. One of those 2 guys is going to have to step up.
3rd and a yard. Faulk. Nowhere to go. Todd Collins came up from the right side linebacker spot. Collins plugged the gap, and then Collins made the tackle.
You know, this is a classic example on defense where every single guy has a spot to get to, and they get there.
Number 92, Ferret Colin, is the one that makes the play. He's the left defensive end right there. He's going to fire on in. You see him stand up and just get penetration. That's the big key. Big guys can get penetration. LBs can make plays.
Gardocki to punt to Brown. Low liner this time. Brown from the 26. Has the seam. There's a marker down. Troy Brown all the way to the 35, right beside the marker. A 40-yard punt, a 39-yard return.
Holding, number 36, on the receiving team, doing the run back.
Lawyer Malloy hit with the flag. Malloy called for the hold.
All right, captains, we're going to have a coin toss now. Listen, the team will call it in the air. We want a good, clean game. We're all professionals here. Does anyone have change for $1?
What? Want to get away? Southwest has your ticket to freedom with Southwest Airlines fun fares that begin at $39.
You are
now free to move about the country.
There are people who believe the world is radically different than how it appears on television. Would you like to be one of them? Now, for a limited time, lease the 1998 Isuzu Amigo for $199 a month for 48 months and $894 due at lease signing. Offer ends September 30th.
It's a little chilly, isn't it, Steve?
Oh, sorry. What am I thinking? How's that? Yeah, thank you. Better? Good. Warm.
Good.
Where were we?
We were cold.
Check.
The only thing more important than your favorite receiver is your favorite card. Visa, official card of the NFL.
You look great tonight.
Thank you.
It's everywhere you want to be.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of the telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
One of the great ships in our history, the USS Constitution, as a backdrop for our Sunday night football game coming to you from New England.
I served on that ship.
You were served on it, or you served on it?
Served on it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My other life.
I thought they catered you on it. I'm sorry.
Patriots take over at the Colts 46-yard line. Out of the eye this time, Edwards. Royals brings him down. Let's check in with the other member of our broadcast group, Solomon Wilcott.
Thanks, Mike. I talked to Pete Carroll at halftime, and he felt as though his team had blown a number of scoring opportunities. Felt like his team could have put this game away. You guys are talking about the running game. Pete Carroll says that they will remain patient with the running game, that 28 yards rushing at halftime simply will not do. He's going to continue to give the ball to Robert Edwards. Mike?
All right, Solomon, we certainly haven't seen much of Cedric Shaw. Rushing less than 4 yards a carry the last 12 years. The NFL average always around 4. Troy Brown. Brown, who had 5 catches for 97 yards a week ago, hits one for 26 this time.
That time you wind up with the safety coming on a blitz, and you wind up with a linebacker trying to cover Troy Brown. That's just not going to work. Steve Morrison comes out. He's trying to stay with Troy Brown. He can't even find him, more or less cover him. Oh, there he is out there. Almost makes the tackle.
Troy Brown really becoming a go-to guy in his 6th year out of Marshall. 7 catches on the year, 132 yards. This one incomplete, just off the fingertips of Purnell, who thought he was interfered with by Andre Royal.
Andre Royal does a super job of getting back. Levin Purnell is open. He's been open all night long. But watch Royal here. Watch 56. He's staying. Well, I'll tell you what, that is pass interference because he gets his hand on him before the ball gets there.
But he also, you said this before about Glenn, he also has to be able to make that kind of play. We talked about the timing of the throws. I think that Drew Bledsoe has been late with a lot of these throws, and he's going to have to improve on that.
2nd and 10. Edwards weaves his way down to the 15-yard line. Al Fontenot in on the stop for that Colt defensive line.
Joe, this running game looks like they just want to run the clock out with it. I mean, there's no production in the running game. There's nobody blocking at the point of attack and where the hole is supposed to be. You know, if I were the halfback, Edwards, that's, give it to somebody else.
And this is a Colt defense that gave up 137 yards on the ground last week. Troy Brown fights his way to the 6. He's got a first down.
We talked about Ben Coates being Drew Bledsoe's security blanket. He is only one. The other one is Troy Brown. They've tried to run Troy Brown out of town here year after year. All he does is come up and make big plays. This is a simple little quick hook. Drew knows exactly where he's going to be. Nice use of the hands to make the catch and then protect the ball.
Brown was upset when they drafted Troy Simmons, a receiver, in the second round and then signed Brian Stabline. He really stepped up his play in preseason. Edwards inside the 5 to about the 3. Robert Blackman, the strong safety, had to stop it.
And here is a good place to really work on your running game. If you can run the ball down here, then you shouldn't have any problem running the ball in midfield.
I've always believed that running the ball in short yardage and goal line situations is more a matter of determination and attitude than it is blocking the guys in front of you. And that's what's got to happen to this offensive line for the Patriots. Right now, Bruce Armstrong and company have got to get a nasty attitude.
Bledsoe to throw over the middle, nobody there. Purnell and Vincent Brisby were both in the same area. It brings to mind the same thing they keep saying about Miami's offensive line. An excellent pass blocking unit, not so good against the run, and you've said the same thing about Miami.
But I think the only difference here in New England is they are adjusting from a Curtis Martin, who is a back that can make an offensive line look great, to a back where they're going to have to really open some more holes to gain yards in the running game.
3rd and goal. Bledsoe on the slant. Touchdown. Terry Glenn.
Down around the goal line, you win in routes at the line of scrimmage. And that's what Terry Glenn does. Comes up, he freezes Burris just for a second. Then he gets inside, even with Burris hanging on his back. It doesn't matter. Good, quick 3-step drop by Bledsoe. Ball's in, down, low, perfect throw.
Their second touchdown, and they will come out to go for 2 to try to make it 24-0 to get back on an even number. Edwards, the single setback. Bledsoe to Bartram, and he can't make the catch at the goal line. Jason Belser defensively for Indianapolis. It's 22-0. Pass.
So, there you are, being a techie, making good money, minding your own business. When one day you look up and realize you're not where you thought you were, and you're not sure that career path you've chosen is taking you where you want to be going, why don't you face it? You're lost. And in case you hadn't noticed, you're on your own. Or are you? What if you could call somebody who had connections all over the world? Somebody who could be your own personal career agent. Somebody who knows all the ins and outs, who could point you in the right direction and help you find an IT job you actually like. Somebody who last year helped more than 400,000 people take the right career path. It only takes one phone call to get out of the rat race. Make it right now.
If you have skills in any area from network administration to software development and testing, call Interim and find out what you're missing.
Golf Digest presents 50 ways to lower your score.
To get greater distance, turn your right foot out. For a better backswing, don't slide. Turn your hips instead.
Now, lower your score, drive longer, hit straighter, and play your best golf ever with the 50 new stroke-saving tips in every Golf Digest. Call now for your risk-free trial issue. If you like it, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $19.97. Plus, get this stroke-saving video free.
Call 800-257-0500.
ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Visa, the official card of the NFL. It's everywhere you want to be. By Microsoft, where do you want to go today? By Transamerica, the people in the pyramid are working for you. And by Isuzu, builders of adventure machines. Isuzu, go farther. New England has built its lead to 22-0 over the Colts. Vinatieri to kick again. Bailey at the 5. New England's done a nice job on kick coverage as they get it out to the 23. Monday Night Countdown tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Join Mike Tirico, Sterling Sharp, and Tom Jackson for the final word on Sunday's action and a complete preview of the Monday night matchup. Then at 8 on ABC, it's Monday Night Football. Steve Young and the 49ers battle the Redskins. ESPN and ABC, your exclusive networks for primetime NFL football. Timeout on the field, 22-0 New England.
Uh-oh, here comes the skipper. Looks like there's going to be some fireworks now.
What are you doing tonight? Helen and I don't have any plans. Great! Smokey and his wife are coming to my house for dinner. Would you like to join us? That'd be great! If I can beat the traffic, I'll pick up some Bud Light! Bud Light! Looks like you're out of here! I'll see you and the wife tonight!
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You have a beautiful home here! Well, thank you very much!
There are people who believe the world is radically different than how it appears on television. Would you like to be one of them? Now, for a limited time, lease the 1998 Isuzu Amigo for $199 a month for 48 months and $894 due at lease signing. Offer ends September 30th.
EA Sports presents Cyberberry. If it's in the game, it's in the game. Not NFL 99. EA Sports, it's in the game.
What's my prize? Simple. To create a sports magazine readers love.
Big Mac 62? Is this the greatest moment of sports history? You tell me. And look out for Oscar De La Hoya and the 1-2 punch that knocks the ladies off their feet. Print it, baby!
A lot to celebrate at Foxborough. It's 22-0 New England over the Colts. 9:25 to go third quarter. Indianapolis has the football back at its own 23. Play action by Manning. Wants a screen back to the other side. Has it to Pollard, the tight end, and the big guy lumbers out to the 26-yard line. Of course, the last thing you want with a rookie quarterback who doesn't have the mastery of the entire offense yet is to be down 22-0 in the third quarter.
But also, when you look at the formations and the personnel that the Colts have on the field, two tight ends is not necessarily the type of personnel you want to have on when you want to put the ball down the field.
You saw the numbers on Manning, 10 out of 13, but the two picks are more important. Falk, nowhere to go. Wrapped up, he tried to get to the corner, and Chris Slade was there. Chad Eaton forced him outside. Barrett Collins was also there.
Well, you know, when you talk to the Colts about their offense, they're just... preseason, Joe, everybody says it was a vanilla defense, this is a vanilla offense. I mean, it really is when you look at it.
Well, Tom Moore has made a conscientious decision that he is going to protect his quarterback. I think that somewhere down through the season, they're going to have to open this offense up a bit, though.
And I think they will as everybody gets more familiar with it. Peyton changing the play at the line. Throws over the middle. Dilger, the tight end, to the 44, a couple of yards shy of a first down.
Guys, that's not a question of reading a defense. That's a question of making your mind up. You're just going to fire the ball in the middle of the football field to your guy. This is a case of Peyton Manning getting back and firing. He's changing the plays. Now New England changes the plays. You see Lawyer Malloy, they're 36. It's set and fire. That guy is not necessarily open by much.
Third and a long 2. Here comes the blitz. Manning. And threw it behind Jerome Pathan, the rookie wide receiver out of the University of Washington, who was open on the slant.
The other thing, Joe, that we've noticed all night long about Peyton Manning, that he locks on to the guy he's going to throw to. Well, first of all, he doesn't have enough time to look around.
I agree with you, Paul, but the other thing is, too, when you're only sending 3 receivers out, there's only a third of the field to look. So, you know, he's got a 33% chance to be looking at somebody.
Gardocki will punt it away for the 5th time. Nice high floater. Brown with a rather indistinct fair catch signal makes it at the 12-yard line, a punt of 44 and no return. Manning and Tom Moore trying to come up with something on the Colts sideline.
When some people have allergies, they sneeze a lot. Others get an itchy, runny nose or nasal congestion. Me, I had it all. So I said to my doctor, enough already. He prescribed Flonase nasal spray.
Multi-symptom Flonase. Once a day relieves all nasal allergy symptoms all day and all night long. For any or all of those nasal symptoms.
All it takes is Flonase.
For best results, Flonase must be used daily. Maximum relief may take several days. Side effects are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, or sore throat. Call now and you'll get a $5 savings, valuable information on Flonase, and our free allergy newsletter in the fall and spring. So you'll know how to deal with your nasal allergies and feel better all year round. Even kids as young as 4 can use Flonase. For nasal allergy relief, ask your doctor about multi-symptom Flonase.
When you get it all it takes is Flonase.
If you're tired of handheld trimmers that strain your arms and back and are such a hassle to use, call now for free details about the revolutionary DR trimmer mower. It glides on 2 big wheels and this patented front-mounted mobile. Trims where your lawnmower can't reach and mows waist-high grass and weeds that would clog any ordinary mower. So why hassle with a handheld trimmer? Call now for free details about the original revolutionary trimmer on wheels, the DR trimmer mower.
Moody flush. Throws it down. Caught by Boston College. I don't believe it. It's a touchdown.
Historic Boston on a Sunday night, and these overhead shots provided by the Southwest Airlines aerial cam. High above Foxborough for our ESPN Sunday night football game, and the ground game of the New England Patriots continues to be smothered by the Colts defense.
Well, and I'm looking at Robert Edwards, and I know that they would like to see this guy step up. But the one thing that when you notice him, he's got to make a decision when he gets the ball. If he's going to go outside, get outside. The 16 carries, 35 yards. It just doesn't get it done. And one of the things, they're not blocking for him, obviously. But if he's going to make a decision, he's got to make it now.
Let's try to throw out of a split back set this time. Edwards makes the catch. He's a good receiver. Got it up to the 20-yard line. That's his first catch coming out of the backfield. Morrison and Harrod, the linebackers, sandwiched him.
Take a look at this from behind Drew Bledsoe. You see the defense. You see Harrod get tied up with the tight end. That means that Bledsoe does have an opportunity to put the ball to Edwards. That's just a terrific throw. Down low, always throw it in low in the middle. Will stop interceptions for you.
3rd and 3. Bledsoe hesitates. Now tries to dive for the first down. Didn't slide. They'll mark it at the 22, and that'll be short.
Yeah, but you know something? That's a different Drew Bledsoe than we've seen in previous years. One of the things that he did in the first 3 or 4 years as a quarterback was throw the ball away. This time, he's trying to make a play with his legs. We saw it last week in Denver a couple times. Here you see it again. He's going to have to do that for this offense to be effective.
Tupa comes on 4th and 1. Poor kick this time. Shanked it off the side of his foot and doesn't get the bounce either. 35 yards. And Indianapolis will have pretty good field position when they take over, but they're down 22-0 to heavily favored New England. Back to Foxborough after this.
There are people who believe the world is radically different than how it appears on television. Would you like to be one of them? Now, for a limited time, lease the 1998 Isuzu Amigo for $199 a month for 48 months and $894 due at lease signing. Offer ends September 30th.
We've got aisles of smiles
and people who care.
A four-star hotel high up in the air. Feast like so far,
Food that's a feast.
as you go west, your problems go east.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly commercials? Well, United is making the real world better with improvements in service, seats, even faster gate check-ins. We're not perfect, but we're rising.
Are you still researching the effects of instant replay?
Yeah, we're still analyzing what happened with the Cower incident. What we can't figure out is what happened in the longest yard.
Yeah, you got to throw the flag there.
NFL Countdown, Sundays at 11, Mondays at 6:30 on ESPN.
Tomorrow's headlines tonight, an NFL record 5 punt returns for touchdowns today. Troy Aikman, fractured clavicle. He'll be out 4 to 8 weeks. The Saints, Falcons, and Chargers all start 2-0. They all had losing records last season. Another story today, Derek Thomas, who we had on the air last Sunday night, who had 6 sacks, shut out today by Tony Baselli. Reggie White, yeah, long way from being done. He had 3 sacks today.
I think special teams really, early in the season, is a big turning point. We've seen block kicks last week. We see the big returns this week. That's where teams can gain an advantage.
Yeah, and you know, when they're talking about Reggie White, we did him over in Japan, and they're talking about if the guy's got if his back holds up, he's going to be all right. There's nothing wrong with his back.
And he's holding up just fine. Pollard with the short game. Ty Law with a huge night comes up to make another big stick.
Well, you know, I agree totally with Joe on Peyton Manning. There's got to be a time, and I know it's early in the season, but there's got to be a time in a ball game. You're down 22. Let him get back and throw the ball. Let him see what he can do.
They've got to throw the ball deeper. They can't continue to throw routes under 10, 12 yards all night. You're just not putting any pressure on the defense whatsoever.
Marshall Faulk breaking tackle into New England territory for a first down.
Take a look at the way Peyton Manning has thrown the ball down the field or lack thereof. You see, at 15 yards, look at all the attempts under 15 yards. Only one ball all night has been thrown over 15. You can still max protect, let him take a 5-step drop and throw the ball down the field. I think Tom Moore has got to, sooner or later, to loosen his New England defense up.
Faulk in the flat, an excellent pass receiver. Forced out of bounds by Chris Slade, but he has another first down. Faulk, 21 carries, 80 yards. That was a nice catch for a first down. Of course, Faulk and Peyton Manning are hardly strangers to each other. They both grew up in New Orleans. They were both Saints fans, both big Jim Mora fans. In the offseason for football, they played in the same basketball leagues, well aware of each other. Marshall Faulk has a world of respect for Peyton Manning. Faulk to the 26. Good block by Tarek Glenn, the second-year tackle from California.
You know, talking to Faulk yesterday, we asked him about, how many times you mind carrying the ball. He said, I don't care. I don't, and it's not like, I get better the more I carry the ball. It's the fact that he said, I don't care. Whatever it's going to take for us to win a football game, I will do.
Good-looking drive so far. Faulk again. Never had a chance this time. Hit before he got to the line of scrimmage as Willie McGinnis crashed in from the left end.
Willie McGinnis up on the right side of his...
Manning against the blitz. Throws back across his body, and it's picked off by Canty. The cardinal mistake for a quarterback. Roll one way and throw the other.
I'm sorry, Mike. I said, oh, no. When I saw him turn to throw that ball back across the field in traffic, and it's the one thing you never do.
You can study as much film as you want. You can be so astute. You can know exactly where people are supposed to be. The thing is, once you get out into live games, a lot of things change. This is Peyton Manning trying to make a play, and this one he makes is a very stupid play. You just can't throw the ball back over the middle.
Well, this is Tom Moore. He's going, no, son, don't ever, in your lifetime, throw that ball back across the field.
The third interception for Manning, the fourth turnover. Out in the flat for Carter, and he's run out of bounds in a hurry.
If you look back at last week's interceptions against Miami, some of you could have said were the receiver's fault and a bad break. Tonight, every interception he has thrown has been a poor decision by Peyton Manning.
Of course, no matter how good he is coming out of college, no matter how smart, no matter how much talent, he is a rookie, and the guys he's playing against aren't.
I got to be honest with you. If that phone rang at this point, I don't think I'd answer it.
And around to Glenn. Defensed very well. Steve Morrison got a piece of him, and then Blackman cleaned up.
You know, they would tell us about how, you know, Colts were. The weakest part of their team is their defense. They've been playing very well this evening. They've shut down the run totally. Drew Bledsoe has been beating him with the pass. Of course, Peyton Manning with the interceptions, he hadn't helped anything.
Rusty Tillman has had an excellent game plan. He's just a problem, and his defense just continues to stay on the field all night. Sooner or later, they're going to get tired.
Only 1:39 to go, third quarter, 3rd and 4. Bledsoe, nice toss to Edwards. Edwards in the secondary. And he's done far more damage as a receiver than he has as a running back. That was a gain of 39.
You know the nice part about this play, first of all, it starts always with the offensive line. And Bledsoe, look at the time he has to throw. But watch where this ball is. Down by his ankles. Edwards picks it up. And now watch what he does with. You can tell the running back in him. Here he is. Breaks to the outside. Nice play.
Derek Cullors in the backfield. Carter, the fullback, will get a carry. And Belcher really cleaned up on the hit. The one thing you know, they will play hard for Jim Mora. And the combination of Mora as the head coach and Bill Polian as the president of this team is going to be a great partnership for the Indianapolis Colts.
But they're still going to have to find the right personnel. I mean,
that takes time.
Almost weekly, a bus is going to stop there until they get what they want in Indianapolis with some people jumping off it.
Several buses and a couple of drafts. Bledsoe with time. Edwards to the 1. Andre Royal, the linebacker. Jeff Burris saved the touchdown. It's a gain of 24.
What a nice job by Robert Edwards getting out in isolation. Watch him coming out of the backfield. Out right part of your screen. He's one-on-one on the linebacker, and Drew puts it right in. Good hard running. Now,
saving tackle by Burris. That's the end of the third quarter, but when we come back, New England will be first and goal from the 1, already leading by 22.
Matt, got your email. Vancouver? Genius. Passed it on to Epps. He's running it through the Northwest.
Hey, Matt. Idea's a hit in the Northwest. I've got purchasing checking suppliers.
We want it up top. Client briefing. Your Vancouver idea.
Want to take your business to the next level?
The internet is your window on the world. But without software that protects your internet privacy, the internet is the world's window on you. Guard Dog. From Cyber Media, it keeps the web from surfing you.
Are you concerned about losing more hair? Do you wonder how much further it will go? Do you wish you could do something about it? Well, now there's a pill for men with certain types of hair loss. Introducing Propecia. In clinical studies, the vast majority of men, 83%, maintain their current hair count, and most, 66%, regrew some hair. Take it daily and you could see results in as little as 3 months. Propecia is for men only. A small number of men experience certain sexual side effects. Each occurred in less than 2% of men. Women who are or may potentially be pregnant must not use it or handle broken tablets because of the risk of a specific kind of birth defect. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist and read the consumer information they can provide. Propecia, helping make hair loss history.
The home opener for the New England Patriots. It has gone beautifully so far. They're up 22-0 in front of a sellout crowd. These fans wanted something to cheer about after seeing their team lose at Denver a week ago. Here's the situation, Joe. Don't you think that Edwards is going to get a chance to score the touchdown?
I think you would. It's been a Robert Edwards drive, but a great opportunity now. If he doesn't make it on first down, give it to him on second. But give the ball to Robert Edwards.
Play action by Bledsoe. And they throw for the fullback, Carter.
Okay, this time give it to Robert Edwards.
I still think you give it to him. I mean, he's earned the right. When, you know, it's the way you give a guy confidence. You give confidence to the offensive line, and you say to Robert Edwards, good job. Now we're going to reward you with 6.
Heath Irwin is in as a tackle eligible. He's number 63, a guard out of Colorado. The number's on Edwards. Edwards has it this time behind Carter to the goal line, but he didn't get over. Jeff Herrod would not let him cross the white stripe.
Bill Polian came into this booth before the game, the general manager of the Indianapolis Colts, and you know, we asked him, Bill, what do you have to do? He said, Jim Moore and I, we have to put a team together. We really do. He said, when people say this was not a 3-13 team last year, he said, yes, we were. Yes, we were.
Edwards on 3rd and goal. Herrod nailed him, but he got in there.
That's attitude.
Jeff Herrod hit him as hard as he possibly could, and somehow Edwards slipped in.
Jeff Herrod, number 54. It's head on head. Oh, what a pop.
I'll tell you, Jeff Herrod, watch this. I guarantee he makes more than 20 tackles tonight, but watch his head hit Edwards' head. Look at this. I mean, and you talk about an attitude, you're right, Joe. Edwards getting in the end zone because Herrod was there.
Vinatieri for the point after. And the toll mounts to 29-0. You got to admire this guy. One of the great players in the history of the Colts in 2 different cities.
Splendid-looking Lexus. Thanks. Like my new Seville, no doubt, a technological marvel, blessed with the control of the world's most renowned driving system. System? Nope, that's right. You don't have the North Star system.
The all-new Seville, with all the power and control of the North Star system, now just $549 a month. It's not just new, it's what's next.
Do I want to know how much?
No, it would break your heart.
The all-new Seville, it's what's next.
55. What'll it be?
We'll take some rice and...
Get some farf, too.
Yeah.
Now you can choose which teams you see every Sunday with DirecTV and NFL Sunday Ticket. There's up to 13 regular season games a week.
Price check on farm.
Hey, Brett. Hey, John.
So stock up on all your favorites. NFL Sunday Ticket. It's not on cable. See it on DirecTV. So what are you looking at?
Attention shoppers. Now get $200 worth of programming when you get DirecTV.
Let's get ready to rumble! Let's get ready to rumble! Let's get ready to rumble! Rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble! Accept no invitation. Stay La Boya, job answer. Ultimate Revenge. Friday, September 18th. Live on pay-per-view. Call now for orders. Let's get ready to rumble! Brought to you by Budweiser, the undefeated king of beer.
ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by United Airlines. United is rising. By Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. By Cadillac and your Cadillac dealers. By Direct TV, what are you looking at? And by Quaker State for protection beyond 3,000 miles under any driving conditions. Bailey comes up on the kick and gets by him all the way back to the 3, and he's buried.
It won't make any difference because the New England Patriots were offside on the kickoff.
Harold Shaw had a dream of a lifetime shot on special teams. But it will come back to do it over.
Offside, 44 on the kicking team. Will penalize 5 yards.
That's why Harold Shaw was so upset, because he was the guy who was offside.
There he is, the far right side of the screen, way over in the corner over there. Watch him head on down. Remember, he can't cross the 30-yard line before the ball is kicked. Oh, he's only 2 or 3 yards by it, guys. Just a couple.
No wonder he was the first man down.
Well.
Shaw will try to redeem himself.
He'll be late this time.
Yeah. He won't be early. Bailey from the 11. ESPN Sunday Night Football continues next week with an NFC East battle featuring a pair of young quarterbacks. Philadelphia's Bobby Hoying leads the Eagles into the desert to take on Jake the Snake Plummer and the Arizona Cardinals. Join Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, and me for all the action right after prime time at 8:15 Eastern. ESPN and ABC, your exclusive networks for prime time NFL football. See if the Colts can do anything. Manning dumps it to Falk. Marshall Falk across the 40 to the 41, a first down.
Tackled by Henry Thomas and Ted Johnson. First and 10 at the 41.
Play action. Screen to Pollard. Nice cut by the big guy. And he's down to the 44. Not bad for a 257-pound tight end.
You know, you kind of like this play because it's a screen to the tight end. And they were talking about him yesterday about what a good athlete Pollard is. He's a big man. Watch this. He lets Slade go by him, and he just sets up. This is a screen call. Some excellent blocking, and then his run. Shows great mobility.
Terrific job of switching the ball away from the defenders as well.
6 catches, 53 yards for Pollard. Falk hit in the backfield, dragged down again. Willie McGinnis charging hard to the inside.
Ken Dilger, number 85, is going to try and block Willie McGinnis. McGinnis just gets up the field so quick. He beat him outside on a sack of Peyton. This time he takes the hard inside and brings down Falk. Dilger really has no idea where he's coming from.
2nd and 11. Here comes the blitz. Screen again. Falk gets to the 44.
The big problem, Joe, is when you have a tight end that tries to block a defensive end or linebacker. And Kent Dilger is one of those guys that he's going to wait. Normally he's in a double team where he's got a guy right over him.
I am all for protecting a young quarterback, but Tom Moore, he's got to throw the ball down the field. The linebackers are sitting at the line of scrimmage. They're nowhere near in pass coverage.
3rd and 10. Another blitz. And Manning goes down. Sacked by Chris Slade, and Willie McGinnis came in to help.
Tarek Glenn, the left tackle, makes a bad decision. You got to be big man on big man. You see two people, Slade coming and Brewski coming. He steps out to take Brewski. Slade goes inside all by himself. Now, granted, Steve McKinney is the left guard, and he's a rookie. Maybe he should have been there to help.
Gardocki, a high floater to Brown. He lets it go. There is a marker down as the ball kicks into the end zone. A punt of 51 will check the penalty. Preliminary indication against the Colts. Let's see if they'll make him do it over or take it at the 20.
Now, Pete's going to take it at the 20. He feels like it's a good opportunity.
Derek Cullers, the running back, for about 6. For up-to-date scores, stats, and analysis on all the NFL action, log on to ESPN.com. And for a look at the league's players past and present, try NFL.com. This week's player spotlight, Jaguar Pro Bowler receiver Jimmy Smith. And Cedric Shaw has finally checked into the backfield. Last week's starter, who was 7 for 25 on the ground. Shaw this time, trying to go right side. Gaping hole. Cedric Shaw. A 50-yard run. I guess when you sit on the bench waiting for your turn that long, you've got some juice.
Well, you got Willibaugh and Heath Irvin, number 63, and Willibaugh is the center, number 64. Watch these guys pull out. They go up into the hole. Shaw follows them into the hole. Just outstanding blocking at the point of attack, and then Shaw takes off. They've tried every combination running the football tonight, Joe. They finally settled. They may settle on this one.
He was a compensation pick for Bill Parcells, leaving New England to go to the Jets. Pretty decent compensation. Bledsoe fumbles the snap from center and then pounces on it.
That's just a simple case of Drew Bledsoe trying to make the pitch and hanging the ball out on his hip pocket. The guards wind up hitting it. Damon Denson, number 61. As he comes along, he's the left guard. You watch him pull, the ball's hanging out there. His hip winds up hitting it. Drew, once he gets the snap, he's got to get it into his belly in a hurry. You leave it hang around, bad things happen.
You can't blame the guard. He's going where he's supposed to. Second and 12. Shaw, nothing. Al Fontenot made the tackle. Elijah Alexander, the weak side linebacker for the Colts. With an injury, he will not be back. Bledsoe facing a 3rd and 13. Play clock's down to 5 already. Cullers is in. The Patriots, the first 4 drives, nothing. Since then, they have really cranked it up. They'll have to use a timeout on 3rd and 13, but they have a commanding lead over the Colts. Down. Almost picked off and then almost caught by Brisby. Tyrone Poole had a shot at it, got his hand on it.
illegal hands to the face. Number 66, offense. It's declined. 4th down.
I think it was probably, that's Max Ellis, number 66. Excuse me, Ed Ellis. Vinatieri, who has already hit 3, including one from 52, will try this one from 42. And it's wide right.
Vinatieri's kick is no good.
Vinatieri, 3 out of 4. The Patriots hold on to that 29-0. Falk again using his blocker beautifully down to the 34-yard line.
All this hurry-up offense, Joe, is still, he hasn't thrown the ball over 2 yards.
I think, you know, maybe Tom's got a plan of like the first 3 games we're going to do it this way. After that, we're going to try and put the ball down the field a little bit more.
Marshall Faulk again to the 20. Lawyer Malloy and Chris Carter made the tackle.
You know, one of the things about Marshall Faulk, though, when you look at him, he's not even tired. You said in the game in college, you carried him 40 times, and when he got off the field, he looked as fresh as he started.
He was literally, after 40 carries, not breathing hard. Keith Elias in there running back for the first time he got to the 19.
Now this game becomes a matter of pride for the New England defense. They want to preserve a shutout. I mean, they really do. So all of a sudden, you're going to see them probably blitz a little bit more, step it up, get a lot more people closer to the line of scrimmage instead of playing a prevent defense.
2nd and 9. Clock works its way down to 5:35. Manning with a pump fake, then rifles it to the sideline. And it will be a catch to Payton, his first, the rookie, and that was a good throw by Manning.
Well, there's one of the rare throws to a wide receiver. It's a good set, good throw. Payton makes the catch, does a nice job of getting the toes down inbounds.
Faulk with a slight breather, ready to come back in on 3rd and a yard. Elias tries to go outside. Has the first down inside the 5 to the 3. 1st and goal. Marshall Faulk, 121 yards on 28 carries. He's also been a dangerous receiver, 5 for 28. Elias on 1st and goal. Line of scrimmage and no more. Elias out of Princeton. Originally signed with the Giants until a moment ago. He had not carried the ball since 1996. Jim Mora trying to avoid the shutout. He has never been shut out as an NFL head coach. Faulk is back in. Manning throws incomplete, intended for Payton, and he was covered by the rookie, Bucky Jones.
You know, one of the things about Marshall Faulk, when you're talking about 5 catches for 28 yards, all those were yards after the catch.
Weren't they ever?
It's a good job by Bucky Jones. He really was a safety in college. Has not played a lot of football, but he holds a good, hard inside position. And remember, inside 5 yards, you can use your hands.
3rd and goal. Manning with the fade. Incomplete, intended for Payton.
Boy, this was a perfectly thrown ball, Joe. It was a perfect pass.
He puts this thing on the outside show. This ball's got some nice arc. You want to give the receiver an opportunity. Now, Bucky Jones really doesn't even know where the ball is. And Payton can't quite make the play on it.
4th and goal. They come with a blitz, the pass, touchdown. Caught by Torrance Small.
I will tell you what, this ball came out in a hurry.
But also the offensive line did a terrific job. New England tried to bring everybody up the middle, right at Payton. The offensive line, the center, and the 2 guards did an excellent job of giving him a chance to get it out.
Small's first catch of the night, his first touchdown of the year. They'll go for 2. And now New England will have to spend a timeout as they didn't have the right personnel on the field.
Take a look at the interior of the offensive line. You'll see New England try and fill. Watch them come up the middle. There they go. Good job. Mandrich does an excellent job staying real strong. Leuenberg, McKinney. And then there's the quick pass out.
Wait, I'll tell you what. Manning knows exactly where he's going with this ball. Watch where Payton throws it. And, man, I'm talking about in a hurry. There was just no chance to defend against it. The perfect pass.
And Manning is used to throwing the ball to Torrance Small. He was with New Orleans, and Manning would come over and work out at camp. Let's go to Solomon Wilcox.
Yeah, Mike, I've been watching Peyton Manning when he's standing on the bench, and I'm impressed with the fact that Manning refuses to hang his head and lament after throwing 3 interceptions. Instead, he continues to talk with the coaches, and maybe that's the silver lining. Every week he's going to have to shake off the adversity, and here he is trying to get his team into the end zone again.
Solomon, one of the reasons they got him, he's got a great attitude. In the flat to Faulk, no chance. Marshall Faulk wrapped up immediately. Todd Collins was right there, and if he couldn't get him, Ty Law was with him. The NFL's best pregame show, Sunday NFL Countdown, every week at 11 a.m. Eastern. Join Chris Berman and the faculty of Bristol University for the only 2-hour pregame show in football. Then at 7:30, it's all the highlights of all the day's games on prime time.
Skirts and tackles. Look at him go.
The Colts finally get a touchdown on their first 10 drives. They had 6 punts and 4 turnovers.
But, Mike, they still get it on the legs of Marshall Faulk. Peyton Manning has not been asked to do anything exceptional, and I believe that's the way Tom Moore is going to treat him. I got to believe, though, is sooner or later you have to let him throw the ball down the field. I think they were really afraid of New England's pass rush tonight.
I think it's going to be later. Later.
Oh, how much later, Mr.
Mid-season, they'll let him throw it down the field.
Gardocki to kick, and Derek Cullors, who came into the game #1 in the AFC, #4 in the NFL with a 34-yard kickoff return average, takes it into 3. Cullors all the way to the 30. Well, about the only question remaining in this ball game, would it be a shutout? And that one's been answered.
Terry Glenn, he has been on the bench for most of this half.
And Jim Mora preserves that record, Mike. He has not been shut out.
Scott Zolak is the new quarterback. Glenn not injured, in case you were wondering. Bledsoe finishes his night, 15 of 29, 218 yards. The numbers on Zolak in his career. And Cedric Shaw will get the carry. Zolak out of the University of Maryland, one of several Maryland quarterbacks.
And I still don't think that the New England Patriots have settled on a running back yet. I mean, I think that Robert Edwards is going to be the guy that they'll start again next week.
Well, the fact that Cedric Shaw is running the football effectively and had that big run before, it's always good to have two of them. I think Robert Edwards, I agree with you, Paul. I think he is the guy that they would like to be able to do it simply because I think he's a better receiver.
Yeah,
and he proved that tonight. Did some terrific jobs of getting out of the backfield, making some great routes and catches and runs.
Shaw, wrapped up by Belcher, gets a lot of help to the 35-yard line. Up close tomorrow afternoon at 4:30 Eastern. Join Chris Myers and his guest, Patriot quarterback Drew Bledsoe. Don't forget, Chris will have an NFL star as guest every Monday during this season. Bledsoe, a very well-spoken, intelligent young man. Indianapolis uses its first time out with 3:05 to go.
Well, New England went into this game really looking for a running back, and they thought it would be Robert Edwards. They found a running back that can catch the football, a pass receiver.
It's a start, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you want him to be able to do different things.
Joe, you talked earlier about Drew Bledsoe being in a different offense again. Ernie Zampisi's offense, once you get it down, has been one of the most successful in the NFL in the last 15 years.
It has its roots from Don Coryell, and it was the one that I played in under Joe Gibbs, and it can be a very efficient offense, but it takes a lot of work to get the timing down with the receivers, and New England is nowhere near where they want to be. I know that.
Rod Rutledge is in at tight end. Shaw on the toss, trying to stay in bounds, cuts back and is brought down by Bertrand Berry. Ernie Zampisi, in 16 years as an offensive coordinator, his offense has finished in the top 5 7 times. And as you said, he started under Don Coryell in San Diego.
He's the only guy I know that can wear out 3 pens and not even open them up.
I'll tell you a funny story about those 3 pens. When he was with the Chargers, Joe Gibbs was the offensive coordinator, and he was the wide receiver coach. And what he did was he used to jingle coins in his pocket. He used to wear holes in his pocket. Gibbs finally said, "Hey, Ernie, you're driving me crazy with it." So now he plays with 3 pens in his hand. As a matter of fact, his wife has to mention it to him on occasion because he doesn't even know he's doing it. You'll notice nobody's sitting close to him up there.
I wouldn't.
Nobody around him.
Are you sure?
New England will have to kick it away with 2:57 to go in the game. Colts showing a punt block, and here they come. Low line drive. Bailey hitting his tracks and dropped inside the 25. Steve Lofton with a terrific play on special teams. A loss of 1 on the returns. Our storyline from New England. Manning, 19 out of 26, good numbers, but the 3 interceptions wipe all that out. Bledsoe, 15 out of 29, over 200 yards and a touchdown. The Colts, when you turn it over, you lose the ball game. Manning, short set. Ty Law almost had another one.
He was going for the hat trick.
Oh.
You know, Peyton Manning in 2 games so far, and this game isn't over with yet. He's still throwing the football. 6 interceptions in 2 games. This one here was, I mean, Ty Law had touchdown written all over this thing.
The one thing that Ty Law has done all night is he has only watched Peyton Manning. He has focused in on him. He's seen every ball that he has thrown. He's caught a few of them and been around a few others.
Isn't that smart? If you have the idea the receiver's never going to go downfield, you might as well watch the quarterback.
Just sit on him.
Teddy Bruschi, the injured player.
Peyton starts out with a rookie education. First time he gets sacked, second time to throw an interception, another lofted interception, and just a horrible decision that winds up being an interception. And I'll tell you, you look at those pictures, all the answers are not there. He is getting the answers on the field. Finally, something good happens for him.
Had another interception by Ty Law that was wiped out by a penalty. Law got his hands on the last one. There is Bruschi, the 3-year linebacker out of Arizona. Up and able to walk off under his own power.
But with every single snap, Peyton Manning, this is a smart young man, and with every single snap, he's learning something.
You know, I don't want to take away from the intelligent part. He is a smart player, but the thing is he's just going to have to learn to play the game. There's throws that he's going to have to make that have little to do with intelligence and just physical skills.
Screen to Falk, who has been a real workhorse tonight. Look at Marshall Falk. Here's a guy still giving 100% in a game that is over. He has been beaten to a pulp tonight, and he's going to go out there trying to make every play. Falk again. Into New England territory.
You talk about a workhorse. I mean, they just throw him a pass, and he runs for like 20 yards. Then they come right back and give him a draw play.
Paul, you mentioned it before, though. He very seldom gets winded. I mean, he's in terrific shape, worked out real hard.
Manning over the middle, Dilger, the tight end of the 29. The numbers on Falk, 29 carries, 7 receptions. They've gone to him 36 times in this game. They're down 29-6. Broadcast Sammy Sosa and his part in making history. Quarterback injuries. The first 2 weeks have been tough in the NFL. And our conversation with record-setting Mark McGuire, followed by NFL primetime. Colts trying to get on the board again. 1st and 10 from the 29. The blitz. Manning rolls away from pressure and throws this one away. Being chased by Brandon Mitchell.
You just have a feeling when Manning is running like that, Joey was going to do something.
Well, you know,
wrong again.
I almost think I saw him glance back to the middle of the field again. That's an instinct. That's a twitch he better get rid of. You see him looking downfield.
Oh, there it is. Back
no. I'm going to tell you right now. Archie, if you're watching, when he comes home, tell him no.
I think Archie may have already mentioned that. The quick out off the face mask of Marvin Harrison. Tough to keep your concentration in a situation like this, but that is what Harrison is out there for.
I think really the burden and the challenge for Peyton Manning falls on Tom Moore's shoulders. How much do you want to give him? I mean, you look at this football team. Besides Peyton Manning, you got a rookie left guard, you got a rookie wide receiver. So how much information do you give these guys so that they don't get overwhelmed?
4-man rush. Manning in trouble. Gets the ball off. Knocked down. Collins got his hands on it. As you mentioned, Joe, a lot of young guys in there. In fact, the youngest starting unit in the NFL, offense or defense, just 25 and a half years old. And that offensive line, Lewinberg, the only one back at center who started at center a year ago.
And Peyton Manning has got a great mentor in Tom Moore. He will give him an opportunity to develop.
4th and 10. Manning changing the play. Over the middle, knocked away again. Collins again.
Todd Collins, 2 in a row, knocked down.
They're also the longest throws that he's made of the night. He's just staring. He's looking down the middle of the football field. He's looking at the tight end, What you're doing right now is you're really playing defense for the New England Patriots. And a lot of what Ty Law did all night. He just really focused on Peyton Manning, where he looked, and he would go to the ball.
Now New England with a chance to run out the clock with 1:41 to go in the game. Well, the scoreboard will say it was an easy win for New England, but offensively, they didn't show a whole lot.
And Mike, like I said before, I don't expect New England's offense to really hit stride till maybe in December, if then. I think this is an offense that's going to have to develop for Pete Carroll. Defensively is where they have to make hay with this football team. They're going to have to do the kind of things they did tonight, create opportunities, and the offense will come on. Terry Glenn will make big plays. But again, Paulie's brought it up quite a bit. The running back is still a question mark. Got to get a guy to carry the ball for you.
And, Paul, Indianapolis certainly a work in progress with all these new players, a new president, a new coach in Jim Mora, who will do a great job over time. We all know that.
Looks like Bill Paulie, when he came in, he sat down with us before the game. You know, Mike, he said, I wish you guys would have us down the road a little bit in the season where we could put some things together. You got to understand something. First of all, defensively, these guys did, a lot of them were hurt most of the preseason. This guy, I mean, if he keeps his attitude and does the thing he does, he can help Peyton Manning.
He's a warrior.
This team, they need to play together for a while.
And that'll do it. The New England Patriots used their home opener to come away with a big victory. They even their record at 1-1 and send the Indianapolis Colts to 0-2.
49ers have been one of the NFL's elite teams. Super Bowls and superstars have created a formidable legacy for this franchise. Steve Young has been the quarterback in recent years, and in last week's season opener, the 49er offense was at full throttle. Jerry Rice returned from surgery with a vintage performance, and then in overtime, a new hero emerged.
Takes the handoff, Briggs goes right, gets to the 20, he's on the 30, needs to cut in, he comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30, he's down to the 20, he's down to the 10, he's down to the 5, he's into the end zone, touchdown, touchdown, 49ers!
The sudden and dramatic victory was nothing new for Steve Young.
Over the long haul, you always know that no matter what the situation is, no matter how crazy the game is, no matter how many times it's back and forth, you know, you got the 49er uniform on. It's been done before, and now that you're wearing it, you better join in because it's going to happen.
Steve Young will try to make it happen again tonight as the San Francisco 49ers come roaring into the nation's capital to play the Washington Redskins on ABC's Monday Night Football. And just a few miles west of our site, the U.S. State Capitol on a gorgeous late summer evening. Now you're looking at Jack Kent Cooke Stadium. Its second year of existence, still looking for his first postseason appearance. Scott Blayton to kick off as the Niners will get the ball. And Chuck Levy, who is not only the fastest 49er, but some think he's the fastest player in the league, will run it back. Levy, who played his college ball in Arizona from the 5, with good coverage by the Redskins and knocked down at the 18-yard line. Chris Thomas makes the tackle. Here comes Steve Young. Played at Brigham Young, started his career in the USFL, into Tampa Bay, and then to the 49ers, the successor to Montana. Behind him, Garrison Hurst with that great run. Mark Edwards, the fullback, Stokes, and Rice outside with Irv Smith, the tight end. Fiore, Brown, Goldman, Gogan, and Deese up front. We'll also see a lot of Terrell Owens. In fact, he is in the game, and that's Owens in motion as they start with 3 wides. And Young's first play is a pass to Irv Smith, but for a very minimal gain. Smith, a tight end, came over from the New Orleans Saints. Up front, where they really revamped, the Niners will face Wilkinson and a former teammate Stubblefield in the middle with Lang and Kenny outside. Wilkinson and Stubblefield, 2 of the very best, of a multi-million-dollar investment. Harvey, Patton, and Smith are the linebackers. And then Dishman and Green, the great corners with Campbell and Richard, the safety. Darrell Green, no doubt, someday in the Hall of Fame. Second down and 8 with a double tight end set. Young with good protection, throws and threads the needle, and Jerry Rice, who took most of the first period last week before he made his first catch in his comeback, tonight only waits until the second play, stopped by Green.
You know what we'll see tonight from the 49ers, Al, is we'll see a lot of different formations, a lot of different personnel groups. They like to confuse the defense, especially on the road when it's loud like this.
On first down from the 32, they give it to Mark Edwards, who looks a whole lot, Dan, like his position coach, Tom Rathman, who wore the same number.
They are almost clones. And, of course, Rathman on the sidelines for the 49ers and really defined how to play that fullback position in this 49er offense. There's a good look at the former Cornhusker who brought an attitude and a lot of physical ability to this game, but I can't imagine a guy better suited to coach the RBs in San Francisco than Tom.
Edwards asked to do many of the same things. 2nd down and 7. And this time, like Rathman, Edwards makes the catch, and that's what Tom was so good at. He'd carry the ball 2 or 3 times a game and catch it on plays like that.
Well, the fullback in this offense is not just a lead blocker. As a matter of fact, his primary role might be as a receiver. So a fullback in some offenses is not a very glamorous position. With the 49ers, you get to handle the football an awful lot.
Young with a perfect start. Steve is 3 of his first 3 for 28 yards. From the 49-yard line with a one-back set to give it to Hurst. And Garrison takes it to the 46 of the Redskins, a gain of 5. It's Kelvin Kinney, 3rd-year guy out of Virginia State, with a stop.
You know, Garrison Hurst had a great week last week. He was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week against the New York Jets. Ripped off a 96-yard run in overtime to win that ball game. Garrison Hurst is really coming into his own as the featured back in this offense.
Hurst, formerly with the Cardinals, then the Bengals, and hopes to be in San Francisco, he told us last night, for the rest of his career. He trips as he gets started there and is stopped at the 45-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 4.
Guys, you know I love the play up on the line, and when the 49ers have the ball, we have just got to keep an eye on Ray Brown and Kevin Gogan for the 49ers against that guy, Dana Stubblefield and Dan Wilkinson. These are 4 300-pound plus guys. All 4 of them, their game is strength, and this is a battle of the big boys going at it tonight.
3rd down and 4. Young over the middle, and wide open is J.J. Stokes to the 40-yard line. And for years, the Niners, when you talk about their offense, there's been a phrase, so many weapons. And when you've got Stokes and Rice and Owens and Garrison Hurst and Steve Young, that's so many weapons.
And the ability to flood one side of the field and protect the quarterback. The key is they have to get to Steve Young. They can't let him sit back there and throw those little dinky passes, because these receivers have the ability to make the play after they catch the ball.
And Boomer, they had such a chance to grow up and mature last year when Jerry Rice was out of the game. When he was on the bench, it really was a plus for those other 2.
That was the only upside to that injury. Screen, and this is Chuck Levy. And if you let him get into space, nobody will catch him on his way to the end zone. They have to wrap him up early, and they do as Dishman shoves him out of bounds.
Now, how great is this offense? We see runs up the middle. We see screens. We see little shallow crosses. We see balls thrown down the field. Receivers, all different receivers getting involved. This is what the 49er West Coast offense is all about, getting everybody involved.
Steve Mariucci took over last year. Remember, Walsh created this system, and then George Seifert came in a fairly seamless transition, and into Mariucci. Steve Young, last year in the first quarter, as you can see, was sensational. And this one he throws away. There was nothing happening with the initial play. The pressure was put on. He just dumped it off.
Well, Jamel Williams comes in again. Remember, he made the first hit of the game. He's having a pretty good series here. This backup defensive back for the 49ers. A nice call by Mike Nolan that time, Boomer, coming with the blitz.
That's the sexy part of the defense in the NFL now. They're trying to bring cornerbacks and safeties, trying to create confusion within the offensive line. That time they did that, and they succeeded.
Well, when you call the blitz and the quarterback rolls right into it, that's when you know it works out well for you.
3rd down and 7. This is the game's opening drive. And whistle sounds before as Dave Fiore moved. Fiore, the new left tackle. And our referee tonight, Larry Nevers, makes the call.
74 offense. 5 yards. Still 3rd down.
4 Hofstra players in the NFL now. Wayne Corbett being the most famous. And they have a pretty, you laugh, I mean, they have a pretty darn good football program there.
I'm just saying that is not the way one of the Hofstra guys wanted to get mentioned. He's second from the left, number 74, watching rock back right here. This is the crowd noise. Once you pick up that hand, it's all over. That's a false start.
It wasn't that loud at Hofstra when he played.
On 3rd and 12, Rice is set to the left, and again we've got movement up front, and this is Derek Deese. You know, the funny thing with this situation, the Washington Redskins have beefed up their defense with 2 multi-million-dollar tackles. And as we talk about the Niners' offensive line, it consists of a 6th-round draft choice, 2 8th-round draft choices, and 2 free agents.
And under the tutelage of one of the great offensive line coaches in the National Football League, and Bob McKittrick. Okay, he's the closest guy to us. There goes Deese. Man, that's offsides by a bunch.
3rd down and 17 now as the Skins rush 4, and that's enough for Dan Wilkinson to make the sack. The Bengal, the #1 draft choice in the '94 draft, comes over from Cincinnati, makes his Monday night debut, and does he ever?
And he certainly has found new life here. There's no question. Dana Stubblefield has had a great impact on him.